mind looking in the oven and just checking that it's not burning?
Okay, we are up to session number 149, or Phase 3, Season 3, Episode 5. They are up to the 7th day of the first month of the year 1012, and all characters are 13th level. At the table today we have Rhiannon.
Hi, I play Seika, the Elven Rogue, who has spent the night trying to figure out if one of her different forms would be better for this, but doesn't think so.
Like, that describes my life, that last bit there.
Oh, also confirmed with Martin that she hasn't been able to turn into her summer form, which is her main fighter form.
Ooh.
We have not seen Seika in her summer form.
After the Ixion thing, where we put the sunstone in the thing, and it had to be me, and I did well on my wisdom check and laughed in his face.
That was the...
I haven't been able to turn into my summer form.
Because he won't let you.
I think he stole your summer form.
Hey,
Oh, I still have it. I just don't think I can access it.
laugh at the god of the sun,
That's what you
who
get.
is responsible for the summer
And is
form.
already angry.
He's a little...
Oh, come on, give it a millennium.
Note yourself, you get pissed off a god, piss off a small god.
Yeah. Well, he's not my god, so... Yeah, my god's symbol is the Cheshire Cat symbol.
So technically, anyone who utilizes magic in the world owes him for the magic.
Because
Yes.
it's energy.
Yes. Which means all elves owe him for existence.
Which is part of the reason why Galantry stuff is bad.
Yep. Okay, which brings us to Paul.
Who Glantry hates and would claw my brain out if I ever went there. At least at the moment.
Look, Galantry won't hate you, just the gods involved.
And they will get their people to do things unpleasant to the inside of my head.
Yes.
From the outside.
While I'm awake.
But there are two clans of elves who call you friend.
That's true.
One is the descendants of the Elfing, and
Yep.
another one is an offshoot of your family line.
Which would actually get really interesting once they find out who I actually am.
That's what I said. Both of them would actually happily deal with you.
I have to admit, I'd love to see Lowell come down to the southern continent. Where we're playing on Wednesday night is the home of the original elves.
Oh, I want to go there.
And that's where Orcus is taking control.
Oh.
So that's
not
what
nice.
I'm trying to... That's what Hildren is fighting against.
And it's referred to as the Forest of Hope, where hope goes to die.
And I'm trying to turn it into a place of hope. Yeah. And I met a very, very nice... Yeah, I'll go with nice elven wildfire druid.
Cool.
Is she wildfire?
Which one?
Drusilla.
Drusilla. Hard to tell because she won't use her powers around people to give them hints of who she is until she kills them.
Maintaining... so far we've seen her as a dire mammoth. What was her last form? It wasn't T-Rex. It was something else from
I
there.
believe it was a treant.
Treant, yep. That was our first introduction to her. Dire mammoth spitting fire beetles at us.
Fun.
Well, they showed up in her domain.
With her ex-husband.
Yeah. Oh, fun. Anyway, me.
Sorry.
Yeah. Pretty boy, diplomat, noble of one people, prince of another, and neither of them can know about the other one. Diplomat for party.
And chosen one of the blade of the first prince of
Yes. And champion of the Shadow Elves, and also the Bane of the Shadow Elves. Actually, Bane of all elves, just ask them.
and soon to go on an epic quest.
Yes, soon to go on an epic quest, and still in a big pickle.
So you're
But a nice guy.
So your 5th level quest is about to activate.
I'm going to say, Seika doesn't feel you're a bane to her.
No. No, I'm a lovely distraction for you.
Yeah, not as nice as your brother.
Yeah, but I distract people for you.
Yes, that's what you are. You don't distract me, you distract people from me.
Yes. if he were around, then he would be distracting people from me or using me as a distraction. Possibly both.
Back from missing session is Grant.
Playing Michael O'Shaughnessy, also known as the old bastard, a soldier of note. End of story.
Also Father Pat.
Also Father Pat, yes.
He of the wooden leg.
He of the wooden leg.
And the old bastard is a title.
It is an official title, yes.
Hey, it's a dwarven title. The dwarves are more than happy to call people that.
Sometimes there's a cranky old bastard.
Also sounds rather dwarven.
It's a term of endearment.
Yeah.
Here we go. Tallest dwarf you'll ever meet.
If they didn't like him, it would be the dead bastard.
Yeah.
Then we have Kessler.
Hello. I am playing Kupo Lani Aokai. She goes by Lonnie, holder of many titles. Lonnie the Undying, Lonnie the Queen of the Undersea, Lonnie... You name it. I feel like that's almost...
Master of all weapons, including food and singing.
Yes.
Be
correct.
careful, they'll be hot.
So, human, Makai fighter, really good at turning everything into a weapon, even unintentionally.
Particularly food and singing.
Or at least that's what she's telling everyone. It was unintentional.
I know the stats on her abilities with weapons.
Yeah,
She's impressive.
pretty sick. So, that's me.
We need to
And-
get you some nice new fun weapons.
We'll see how we go because Lonnie did make a prophecy last session, and that is a problem.
Yep.
Well, it's not a bad one. It can definitely
What was the
happen.
prophecy?
We'll do it in
remind
the recap because it
Okay.
was a statement made out of excitement, so it's an accidental prophecy.
But it must come to pass, or the time spiders will come and eat us.
At least,
Well, not you.
No.
no, just me specifically.
And
even
even
then-
has fly spray, you're fine.
This is mainly because I'm pretty sure Drazzle and or through her studies through university, they've just explained it as time spiders. She knows they're called and actually look like something else, but she's just making
I know
them.
they actually do look like spiders.
That's why I'm just like, no, it's just time spiders.
Could they not?
No, because they have to be freaky, apparently.
They could be freaky and look like something else. Alien is freaky, it doesn't look like a spider.
But
But
your
aliens are
research would
cool.
also say that if you can stop the time spider, something worse comes.
Time spider scorpions.
No. Actual beings of power.
Well, yeah,
So-
that's usually worse.
Yes, so it goes beyond just sending a dire time spider.
Is that when Kronos gets involved?
No.
No, he's servant.
No, not even his servants.
Higher than Kronos.
These are people who serve time only.
Oh,
Because,
dear.
yeah, fun times.
Does
Interesting.
the auditors turn up?
That's why Kronos is the guardian
Grey
of
robes.
time. His role is to stop these people turning up.
Mm.
And once they turn up, they're no longer his problem.
Grey robes who try to atomize you.
Mm.
And then sort the atoms.
Got it. He's the bouncer in time.
And lastly at the table today, we have Ariadna.
Yes.
Who's just served freshly baked Brazilian cheese buddies.
I'll try one in a
They're
bit.
just like little bread rolls
They
with
look-
cheese on them, and
Okay.
they
Better get one more.
crusty on the outside and melty on the inside.
They sound delicious.
Best while hot.
Best well hot,
They
yes.
sound very tempting.
Somebody pass one down this way.
I figured you might be good for at least one pull. But they do have carbohydrates in them.
You're going to force one on me. There's not a
Absolutely.
lot of weight there, which is... I'll go with that.
I need like 20 more of these.
At Martin's discretion of animation, I'm Calgrix, the white dragon with the jazz wings. Or, as I should say, the multicolored dragon with the jazz wings, who is destined to stabby stab the Shadow Lord after Lani holds him down for with her brand new unexpected sword that she merely got because she thought it was going to go back into the water and she wanted to give it to Lani, but apparently now it's her talon.
You'll hear it.
So just because some watery tart loves a rusty scimitar is the basis for restaurant.
Literally.
Yes.
Literally.
Oh dear.
That's it.
But it was a dark fey water tart.
Yes.
I don't know about how she
So
feel about
watery
being
goth.
called a tart though. She is
water-
not
Well, that's
a
a quote from
dessert.
Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
I was going to say she's not a dessert. She's a
No.
main course.
Watery goth trick. Goth chick.
And accompanying me is my companion Eep, who sounds awfully cute, but is actually a dark fae, not character, dark fae creature. That's the word I'm looking for. Who's quite capable of bringing death to the infidels,
And
even though she supports Gorm.
as they found in the last Wednesday game, unimpeded by walls of force.
Yes.
Ooh.
Oh dear.
Oh.
You guys should know that.
It wasn't helpful.
She's dragged things through walls of force before.
Not that I've seen.
The
No, you haven't seen
The
it.
characters
true.
haven't seen it, but
No.
That's true.
Yeah.
But pointing it out is people are going, I don't know what can do that, because technically there shouldn't be anything that can do that.
I suspect it's got something to do with her connection to Nyx.
Yeah,
The Queen of Darkness.
she's just phasing through where the wall is. She's not phasing through it at all.
You can't actually
face.
go around a wall of force in the astral plane.
You can through the Feywild though.
Not even through the Feywild.
Nope.
Eep
Okay.
is
Or the Fey Dark.
Eep is
Scary.
Mm.
Does she still look at Sega hungrily?
Occasionally.
Entirely up to the GM.
But hey, that's what Fey Dark creatures do. They don't always have to act on their hunger unless you say, come on. If you
Well-
egg them on, then any other restraints are gone.
She's definitely feeling a little more secure around Eep since they've spent so much time together, but
Still.
still
As
the
long as
memory
you're
is
family,
there.
as long as you're family, Eep will not bring you to harm.
Eep has saved Lonnie's life multiple times. Lonnie is still extremely terrified and terrorized by Eep.
Morrigan
Well,
is
yeah,
so far
because
the
you're-
only character I know who is actively happy and
Yeah.
friendly with Eep.
Yeah, well, I can see Lani's point of view. Sort of, Ape saved me because Ape wants to keep me for later.
Eep
Ooh,
saved
that's right.
you,
Lani's
actually,
middle name is Ron.
because Calcrix told her to.
That's really how Lonnie sees it. It's just very much that if Eep wasn't with Calcrix, Lonnie would be very, very scared of Eep. And Eep's
As you should be.
friends. So, but at the same time,
We haven't met any of Eep's friends. Eep has friends that Calcrix has introduced Eep to, but not that have turned up of their own accord.
do you
Thank
want to
God.
meet Eep's friends?
I wonder
know
if
of.
Eep's friends with I'm Not Here.
Yes, sometimes.
Made friends. Yeah.
Okay, so who would like to do the recap?
I will try and keep it short, but also detailed enough that Grant knows what went on. So where we ended the session you were last here for, we were standing before a black dragon who was so big that he was part of the island.
The Black Dragon, by the way, is called Vitriol.
Yes. Calcrix, of course, had a gift ready-made, a gemstone designed to evoke or remind him of the wonders of free will and independence, and it was a shadow gem
Yes.
that was infused with her feeling of freedom after being freed from the goblins, which was cool. The dragon is ancient and huge, but doesn't show much wear and tear. This showed us either that he was able to heal or was so good at combat that nobody had ever actually
Touched it.
done much damage to him.
No permanent damage.
So he looked at us and asked if we brought new orders, and we didn't take the hint. Calcrix introduced us and flattered mightily, which was useful. We found out Vitriol, his name was Vitriol, also destroyer of the elves of Lothar, keeper of the pass, and an employee of the Shadow Lord. We sort of asked why, and he said, it pays. If the Shadow Lord stops paying, he will burn the tower down. Because there is a contract with the Shadow Lord, and the Shadow Lord is whoever controls the tower.
So the person he entered the
Shadow Lord's
contract
tower.
into with is not the
same
current
one.
Shadow Lord.
Yes.
So his idea is 50 years of being paid here gives up enough money that he can go back to Dragonhome for 50 years and then come back and
Because they keep throwing
find
him out.
another contract.
Oh no, he keeps running out of money.
Yeah,
That's right.
it's too expensive.
Yes.
He
He keeps going broke because he's slack.
has 20 years left.
Extravagant. More
Doesn't
than
want
slack.
to extend the contract. We found out Vitriol helped build Gareth Minor. We were hoping that maybe we could stop his pay and maybe set him on Gareth Minor, but he'd been paid recently because he's paid on the first day of the month. We discussed maybe adding some morality clauses in his net contract, which he liked the idea of because he didn't really want to kill all the elves in the forest.
They just refused to leave. Once they were not in the forest, he didn't have to kill them.
Yeah. His instruction was kill all the elves in the forest. And that's why he didn't attack us on sight, because he's like, I've already killed all the elves that were there at the time. I don't need to kill more elves.
And you're not in the forest.
We were in the forest.
now.
Once he had killed all the elves that were in the forest at that time, that job was complete.
Right. Next job.
Yes, exactly. You have to recontract for another lot.
He wasn't going to prevent us from seeing the Shadow Lord. Only those Vitriol Thieves worthy were allowed. The implication of that was the Shadow Lord's forces, but it was not specifically stated. And he figured, because Calcrix is a dragon, we're worthy. He feels like the Shadow Lord has asked for more than he's been paying for. However, because of the contract, the Vitriol will come to the Shadow Lord's aid only after a messenger has been sent with a written request, and Vitriol judges whether he wants to or not. If not, generally he kills the messenger.
Does the request have to be triplicate and countersigned?
He doesn't particularly seem to like working with the Shadow Lord, particularly as the Shadow Lord has pushed him, but he is still bound by the dragon contract.
Even killed the head messenger.
Yeah. So he's killed quite a
He
few
didn't like the
messengers who have come. He did mention that we missed a good opportunity as he allowed the option for us to lie and say that we had orders from the Shadow Lord. At which point,
We're just like,
yeah! Oh,
we totally do.
Somebody distract! Seika pulls out her forgery, which we succeeded in doing. Yeah. We managed to forge orders for Vitriol to go over and take over Brulfa's
Domain.
Domain.
Which totally makes sense. There's a vacancy. Orders for him to take over that domain.
One dragon moves to another dragon
absolutely
spot.
makes sense.
New
It's
dragon
legal.
takes over.
He saw through us, but didn't really care.
And he was just like, it's on paper.
He's like, I don't want to be here anyway.
It's
Calcrix.
legitimate enough.
And basically handed over, the order said that the White Dragon would take his place.
Yes.
So he basically
That being
gave
Calcrix.
Yep.
Alright, so you got promoted, did you, dear?
Literally, he said, when we
Basically.
gave him the orders and we rolled decent persuasion, he said, that'll do. You recognise the
Promoted,
falsehood,
demoted.
but
Yeah.
happy to follow it.
Very much that government worker that follows the letter of what is being said, but definitely not the
Malicious
spirit of what's being
compliance.
Yeah,
said.
but
Malicious compliance.
also doing things like, oh, I'll accept these orders from this boss. I'll ignore the smell of fresh ink.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's going beyond that bureaucrat.
He'll even
Let's
ignore
say,
the fact he saw them do it.
Yeah, exactly.
I've got the paperwork. That's fine by me.
We
'Cause-
also had hints of special treasures.
I have
So the literal orders we gave him was reassignment to Brulfa's domain to protect the bridge, village and army base, and passing his guardianship to the White Dragon, including highlighting items of importance to protect. Which was nice, because the main thing he was asked to protect was a sword. Which he gave
destined to
Calcrix.
kill the Shadow Lord.
And it was hinted at in the previous session that you were here in those
Yeah.
journals that they found.
He gave Calcrix a scroll. And then flew away. Got his treasure and flew
And
away.
then this is where nonsense happens.
And told her how to enter Gareth Minor. We looked at the scroll, and it took us a while to figure out, because we didn't want to just open it and read it, because...
What if it's a one-time
Yeah.
use? Yeah.
But we did figure out enough that we felt it was a magical conjuration. It's a summoning scroll, incantation to summon someone here, calling somebody from the Feydark.
Eep's mother.
Possibly. We're like, we made a joke and said, like the Lady of the Lake, guess what showed up?
Yeah.
We set up just in case it was dangerous. Seika and Drachnama hid. Lowell stood at the back.
It was dangerous. You did the wrong thing, and well...
Lani was beside Calcrix, and the idea was that Lani would get the weapon, because Lani is weapon master.
Yeah, Lonnie Weapon Master, we heard something about this being like a dragon killer, so we didn't want dragon-affected people to have to go through it. So we're like,
the
okay,
idea was
here we go.
it
We're
either
setting
had
up.
to be, you weren't here, so it either had to be one of us.
Yes.
Yeah, so we're setting up. Calcrix does the thing, and then we're setting up, and I was like, oh wait, Lonnie, you need to get, because the hand came up in the middle of the lake, and you don't want to go in the lake.
Because it's boiling.
Because it's boiling, and it may go into the Feydark, and you may not come back. So I'm just like, wait, I can't walk on water.
And while we were trying to figure this out,
Calcrix like,
Calcrix
just
is like,
flies over.
we need to get this. So she flew out and got it. And the blade transformed. The sword had grown to large dragon size. It was a long curved blade. She pulled the sword. It was beautifully made elven sword made to look like a talon. It pulsed with lightning, cold, and psychic damage.
So while everyone
Energy.
else was just like, no, and then Lonnie's like, yes!
Seika is sitting there going,
sword!
oh my god. And sitting there going, can you even wield a sword?
Lonnie's like, yes. And so,
It's a talon.
In-
Of course I can wield it.
Yeah. Just
She
ask
in excitement,
decided to test.
hmm,
Went gargantuan, the sword sized up.
Mhm.
Went down, the sword sized down. Everybody was really excited. Really excited. Drachnama and Seika are just sitting there going, "Oh
Yep.
my god!"
so in excitement, Lonnie, shouted, okay, no worries, because they're like, oh, but can you wield a sword, blah, blah, blah. Lonnie said, I will hold the Shadow Lord down so that you can hit him with your sword. Those are the words I said.
Yep.
I have to...
You said can, not will,
I have to-
but you still got to go with it.
I have to say it for the sake of the time spiders.
But isn't that just a simple statement, though? It's like, I will go get the
Any
No.
statement can be
Anything
a
she says
prophecy.
about what's going to happen in the future.
She
Mhm.
has to make happen.
But it's only for people who have started down Razzle's path have to follow that.
And I
So you literally can't say, I will go get the milk in the morning, and then say, can you get the milk in the morning? I'm not up to it.
Nope.
Correct.
Pretty much.
Paradox.
pretty much.
Must do it.
Wow.
I pretty much have to do it, and
That's why she never volunteers for shit anymore.
yeah, exactly.
I'm not lazy, I'm just trying not to prophesy.
I'm trying
That's
exactly it. And it's very much like Lonnie technically you could say has started because she has the scythe that she's used time magic, and she has also started time study. So like I have to. I don't. I
That
can't
explains
get
why
out
you
of
can't cook. Because you keep saying, I'll make a meal, and don't.
it. I think that's just a curse.
No, she makes a meal. It's just inedible.
We took a short rest, and Calcrix did some legend lore. We found out quite a bit. We found out you can only become the Shadow Lord by sitting on the throne atop the tower and proclaiming yourself the Shadow Lord.
If the previous Shadow Lord is dead,
Yes, they had to be dead, didn't they?
but
Yes.
We found out that the current Shadow Lord is Landrin Teriak. He wears a jade mask as his face was disfigured during the battle with the previous Shadow Lord. We don't know the significance of the jade mask, but we get a feeling that it's important. The state of undead does not make the title invalid, which is unusual because death usually makes things invalid.
Yes.
so you
But
can
the
be
mind still
undead
exists,
and be
that's
Shadow
all you
Lord.
need. Yeah.
But
A lot
you
of-
can't be dead and be Shadow Lord.
Entropy packs do not become invalid with death.
Because the mind still exists.
Mainly matter packs
Yeah, that's-
care about the state.
Yeah.
And most marriages generally fall under matter and
What
things
about-
like that.
Sovereignty.
Sovereignty can fall under time, and time can be a little wibbly-wobbly, but in most cases they take it until you die.
Yeah,
Mhm.
just because Hildren's thing is
It is
winged.
possible to word it in such a way that it continues on, but if that's the case, then it becomes a minefield of technicalities.
Yes. we found out the first Shadow Lord was a cleric of Idris. The Shadow Lord now is a wizard with a staff of power. Landrin believed he was following one of the gods of necromancy, but hasn't figured out he's serving Xantiotl. Xantiotl has given him instructions that he thinks will turn him into a lich, but won't. He is wearing the body of the former Shadow Lord, slain once by a gold Landrin has been slain once by a gold dragon. Seems he pissed off the dragons too much, as they are the law enforcers of the lesser dragon. He has also died once, and his body has died twice. Specifics of the mask is hidden. He killed his own body once. So he's been killed by the dragon, and he's killed himself once. But is still technically alive.
I'm guessing
Kicking? At least kicking.
himself to become immortal.
Well,
magic and things can make the wording rather specific.
yes.
Well, technically, if you die and somebody casts Revivify, you have died once.
Yes,
Yeah.
but the fact that he killed his body doesn't necessarily mean he killed himself.
Correct.
No, that's right.
He's been casting legend lore about something called the Black Stick. Sorry, I'm trying to be quick.
Yep.
There's hints he's been around longer, but there's no information about him before 6 years ago. People have noted an unusual accent. When asked where he's from, he says it no longer exists. We're going maybe Sylvan Elf, maybe Blackmorian, maybe Nithian, we don't know. The Black Stick is an artifact designed to control the undead, called Rod of Rulership Undead. It was lost a long time ago. Research has it somewhere in Wenda. If he could attain it, he could take over the 5 armies of vampires currently warring in the north of Blandry instantly. So he can control pretty much any undead if he can get his hands on this thing.
And he could become a rival of the Master to the point that he could pretty much bring the Master to his knees while
Because
wiping out the entire region.
the other thing is that the rod also protects those under its sway from sunlight. So the usual sunlight stuff that you can use that's really useful against undead don't work with these ones.
Right.
And most physical damage they're also protected from.
Great.
An undead using it would make it more powerful. The last to wield it came close to destroying the world. The stick gains power through conquest. It was created by someone like Orcus, but it has not been identified who created it quite deliberately. Because you can't destroy something like that without...
Well, you need to know who the creator is,
Yeah.
and the creator has kept themselves hidden.
We also
good
know
reason.
that Landrian has survived multiple assassination attempts from a black dragon. Wonder who that was. We set out, there was a path in a maze that moved quickly and constantly. Calcrix was the only one who could see the correct path because she'd been given the information by Vitriol. She stopped at a strange looking stump and stone with a wyvern on them. Beyond was a yellowish fog. We figured out that the fog is Cloudkill, and we were very, very, very worried because it was the only way we could see to get anywhere near, and it was huge. There was no way around it.
It was at least 3 miles in front of them, and to either side, and not knowing exactly
hugely
how
high.
far it really went.
You weren't holding your breath for that one.
Basically, it looked to be more of a spell on a domain level, so it was feeling more and more like Gareth Minor is a dragon sort of lair, which makes us think that there's something draconic about that.
Something
and
draconic is definitely going on.
That's and the
Absolutely.
anti-dragon sword.
Yeah.
Makes us feel there is something very draconic going on.
Why would you be afraid of a dragon slaying sword? And why is the dragon slaying sword the only sword that can kill him if there's not something dragon going on?
However, Calcrix knew that there was an entryway under the stone. It is 3... There was no one in the tunnel. The way station is partway down. It's quite a long way, but it will take us to Gareth Minor. It's how most people get there. There's no sentry because nobody's supposed to know unless you're supposed to find it. We decided to travel to the way station and long rest, and that's where we were.
Okay, and I believe there were people who had written down things they wanted to do during the long rest.
We're hoping we did.
in general, not make any more prophecies.
I mean, I'd be doing my daily check-in with the circ.
I think I wanted to do my usual divination, which allows me to do ask a question about the next 7 days.
Very much so.
Especially since the bastard
long
can
rest.
actually
Do a prayer to the Great One. I want to do divination and possibly augury. And suggested possibly telepathic bond for the players to be able to keep in sync.
So you can actually communicate and help each other even if you're not standing next to each other.
At some point, Seika does, whether it's the night before the long rest or the morning after, she wants to have a conversation with the party.
Okay, so...
yes, I have that as a ritual, but yeah, yours will be a lot quicker.
Calcrix does learn that your choices at the tower will determine the outcome.
Well, that's pretty normal. So
yes,
yeah.
but
in a bigger way than normal.
The wording is rather specific.
I was going to say, that's a very vague statement, which is very pointed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Don't forget we have the bet with the cloud giant matron that once we can deal with the Shadow Lord. I didn't think we explicitly said kill, but I think,
deal.
Yeah.
Once we get the Shadow Lord out of the picture, we will be able to settle the conflict down between the two.
Yeah. Well,
Yes.
Given what we've heard about him so far, making him a non-problem is going to involve putting him in a small box and sealing it up.
Let's see if we can. We just had a conversation.
I want to write down the exact word. The wording that the Great One told Calcrix was that our choices will...
Choices
affect
at
Our
tower
choices at the tower
will determine the
outcome.
outcome.
Okay.
And choice is not a choice.
And we also have the vision of all of us dead around the blue elf stone. And the constant tarot reading that Seika is getting about something big.
And that one actually came from Drazzle.
Okay.
Came from Drexel.
Right.
So that is a
Could I get another one of those ones?
hinted at prophecy, I guess.
Oh, he does give prophecies.
Yeah.
Very rarely.
He very importantly worded that one.
I don't want to leave
Calcrix
it until
will
we get to
draw
cold.
her version of a
Of
little
course not.
dragonborn with an hourglass on its chest and a little smiley face and then a big cookie in the little dragonborn's hands and a coffee in the other hand.
I did make the dragon, the symbol of Drazzle. I don't know if that's the one you're going to be using.
I am waiting for an appropriate time.
When it becomes Drazzle's time.
And the prayer to the Great One, is that something that I'm okay to do?
It is.
So I believe my prayer was it's kind of the usual update. I do a little coffee, put my little Great One crystal that I got given in Alfheim, the one done by the jewelsmith. And then I kind of do it's almost like a dear diary, but it's like, dear Great One. This is how I've got up to today. I met this black dragon called Vitriol. Now I've got this big claw sword thing. I'm not sure about that. It's supposed to kill dragons. Why do I have a sword that can kill our kind? Why do they do this stuff?
Well, all sorts can kill dragons. Okay.
And it's kind of like, it seems like it hurts my brain. And now I gotta go face this guy who I think is possibly a dragon. And apparently only this sword can kill him. But I'm not sure I want to kill this guy. I don't like killing things unless I really have to. And anyway, as usual, any advice you can pass on will be good. But, I really like more hugs and cookies.
Response: stab between the scales.
Yeah.
You do have an interesting dream.
Okay.
It's not exactly a nice dream.
Oh, no bugs or cookies?
Basically, you have a dream that all of your companions are lying around a glowing blue stone dead.
Well, I remember this dream from what Seika told us about.
And on the other dream, the tower crumbles.
So, all the companions are dead around the blue stone as per that dream.
Mm-hmm.
And then, in the same dream or a different dream?
The same dream, but it's saying the other future is the tower collapses.
So it's two paths.
Yep. Basically, two doors are before you. Pick one door and it leads to all your companions dying, noting that you're not one of the dead. And the other one has the tower collapse with an unknown what happens to everyone else.
Do I actually see what the blue stone looks like?
It is very similar to the green stones, but smaller.
I'm going to draw that in my secret book of... you can't legend lore it, but I want to keep track of the fact that there's more of these mysterious but powerful stones.
And this stone in particular is powered by the life force of the trees of life. It is powerless without the trees.
And the fact that it's glowing might be the fact it's still linked to the Windarian trees of life.
Yep.
And it has been noted that the elves who have moved there still haven't got their trees working.
Nope. That was something that was sticking in the back of my head.
Yep.
Because technically, Denagath is part of the Windarian realm.
Because it was previously, right? Yeah.
Because what the Queen was hoping is that the stone was gone for good and the trees of life would kick into gear, but they haven't done that.
They have not.
So in the morning, Calcrix will tell people about her dreams, and then she'll ask everyone, I don't know what it means! Somebody tell me what this means. Not you.
Not her. Great minds think alike.
I was gonna say I can talk about interpretations as long as it's not in a future tense.
And he speaks up, death to the infidels! I'm sure that helps.
Yeah, Calcrix looks at Eve very seriously and goes, which infidel?
Lonnie just kind of like...
I was about to say, as long as Lonnie doesn't repeat what Eve says.
Lonnie's just like pointing at Eve, but just like...
Yeah, but think about what you'd have to do if you actually said death to the infidels.
I would have to define who the infidels are, and then I would have to make sure that the time spiders agree with my definition.
And then you would have to kill all of the people that fill that
Definition, yes.
Well, you could say
Which
death
is
to the
why-
infidels, let's wait a century.
Which is why Calcrix is looking very seriously and solemnly at Eve and going, which infidel?
Eve just looks up at you and offers you a cookie.
Shadow Lord infidel? Takes cookie, munches on it.
Offers you another cookie.
Passes Eve
Okay.
coffee.
I feel like the
This is-
cookie
this
is...
is-
a hint.
Yeah, this is Eep, so infidel is anyone that Nyx doesn't like.
Yeah, Calcrix always has these conversations with Eve. There's often a lot of cookies exchanged as well as coffee.
It's
and
still-
This is why it's good that Calcrix is a large-sized dragon, because she can eat many cookies.
yeah, she can eat just as many cookies when she's tiny-sized as when she's large-sized.
Accurate.
Any new interesting
Dragon
information, any
stomach.
relevant
Yeah.
information from the Cirque?
The Cirque are talking about how it looks as if the Master's forces may be preparing to strike soon.
So Seika, once the cookies and coffee and everything settle down, says, we need to move fast. The war is getting more heated. They need us to succeed.
Yeah.
The dream that you described is the same as the vision I had. I didn't get the second half, so that's a little positive.
A bit.
But mostly in my experience with you guys, like, we've been able to brute force our way through most things without having to plan or think or rely on information that much. I get the feeling that what we're going into is, and Seika's a lot more serious than she usually is, is something that is possibly beyond us. If we don't understand, if we don't have a plan of action, if we don't trust each other and don't understand what our roles are and can't work together cohesively, which we're fairly good at, but in the heat of the moment we can fall apart, we will fail. I do understand that, I mean, my instinct is to kill the Shadow Lord, but that's my instinct.
We did learn that we can't just kill him because he will come back. And there is something that stops somebody else from being claimed as Shadow Lord and or this tower being destroyed while he is dead. So we need to find the thing that negates whatever that is to then actually have the tower destroyed.
And this is why we need to be thinking, instead of rushing in and Leroy Jenkining, we need to think about what our priorities, what we need to do ourselves. But part of that is we need to, like, we've been in combat, but we've never really discussed how best to utilize each other. So I know that I can sometimes make people nervous because when we get to combat, I disappear. But that's because that's how I am most effective.
That doesn't make Calcrix nervous.
But you're not.
Disappear.
Yeah, some people do.
Anybody wandering off makes Calcrix go after them.
Not in combat, different in combat.
Yeah, generally not in combat. Generally just if we're exploring.
But, like, I can't stand toe-to-toe like Lani and Father Pat and Calcrix. Which is why your suggestion of telepathic bond might be really useful, because I need to be on the edges, I need to be hidden to be most effective.
I think we're needing to sneak into this tower, find different information before finding Shadow Lord. Keep in mind, we may be putting off, if he doesn't already know, maybe highlighting wards and stuff that would let him know that somebody is there.
Yeah.
I don't think he's not expecting us.
Yeah,
So,
I would say he's more than likely expecting us.
Yeah.
The other one that I had here is contact other planes, which is something Calcrix does regularly, and everybody thinks she's insane for doing it because she risks going insane every time she does it. But she talks to gods all the time, so it's kind of her day-to-day thing. She gets to ask 5 questions. So these 5 questions that she asks could be used to be along the lines of how do we negate the Shadow Lord's special power thing so that we can permakill him? Does he have to be permakilled to, shut him down? Is there info we need to get?
I had one question. We knew that he was legend loring the Black Rod. Did we determine if we knew where that was?
We know it's in Wendar.
Okay,
I probably would have
Blackstick,
suggested that Lowell contact the Queen the night before and let her know that there is a relic in Wendar that needs to be kept from the Shadow Lord.
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah. There is the thing with him being dead, coming back, and no one being able to take over the tower while he's dead. That's something you would normally expect of a lich, but he isn't a lich yet.
And even
so he's got something like a lich phylactery. Now, I know some wraiths have something similar to a lich phylactery. That way.
We do know that who is behind, and we know that he thought, if he's gone through that process, he thought he was going to be a lich, but it isn't.
Yeah.
So contacting outer planes might be really useful, but remember, we have done that in the past, and the gods who
Answered.
are a lot more conversational with you than I've ever seen with anybody else.
Because he's nice.
Have said in the past that they are limited in what they can give us.
we know. Yeah, and Calcrix is
But-
aware of that.
Even a riddle would be useful.
That's why Calcrix is like, look, I can see what information I can glean. If I'm not smart enough to figure out the riddles myself, I've got 4 to 5 other people around me who have, through our combined intellects, have usually tried to figure things out. So she's more than willing to do that. So if she's going to ask 5 questions, the way she usually does it is she starts with one question and then depending on the answer,
You can use from there.
I'll discuss with the group
Yep.
about, suggested other questions and things like that. And I'm happy to let other people do things like contact the Queen first and just do it when it's... an
Well, I would have
emergency.
suggested that last night, so we're not
Yeah.
down to hit points.
Yeah.
I mean, now that you kind of know where we are, would Father Pat have any specific questions, ideas, or warnings that he would want?
Well, other than the fact that we need to make a plan,
Yeah.
which is what we're trying to do at the moment.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
that's why
And that we go carefully and
'Cause we're-
cautiously.
We're typically not very good at making plans. We tend to just
No,
go.
we tend to go.
Two of my questions is there more information we need in or to be found that will help us achieve the non-death version of the quest in the tower, and can they point us to either where to look for it in the tower or look for the bird symbol type thing or something like that. Usually
Let's go back to first principles. What are we actually trying to do here? Have we actually ever really set?
In all honesty, I am
Stop the shadow.
I am really happy that Calcrix had that second half of the dream because as much as I trust us and I believe in our power, I'm only getting
That one vision.
foreboding portents.
Whereas she got 2 paths.
So I didn't know how or if it was possible for us to get out of this without somebody dying.
And
Which was backed up on my Spotify playlist today, by the way.
And that's the thing, with Lonnie not being a primary magic user, she also would be doing this kind of stuff, but Lonnie is just learning all this, and she doesn't want to mess anything up, because she now knows that apparently time considers her important, which is ridiculous, but, is what it is.
I think the other thing we need to talk about at some point is, okay, if we get in combat, and I'm not saying as much as my instinct is to stab the bad thing, which is a really bad simplification of why I want to do that.
That's the dwarvish approach. It usually works.
I was gonna say, that sounds about right to me.
Well, we have a prophecy that says we have to do some stabbing.
I just said I was going to make sure that he doesn't move while he could hit
She
by
could see on him.
So if
But-
look, when she says, "Well, you hit him with your sword," that could totally be the pommel of the sword on his
I
forehead
never said
to
it
knock
had to.
him unconscious.
I never said stab him. I just said hit him. It could
Yeah.
be.
Give him a good
There has to be
spanking.
some sort of spanking. No, there has to be some sort of
That's more Pathfinder.
yeah.
I'm not that type of charisma-based spellcaster.
But I know what we've done in combat, but as I said, we sort of lose our heads in combat.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm really good. Part of my thing is trying to maneuver things so that
They're in place.
and other people can do what they do best.
So why don't we start with asking
The
these 5
questions.
questions,
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
seeing what it gives us, and then
Go from there.
probably
there.
exploring the tower.
Yep.
Let's go. Let's do it.
Alright, now, so contact other planes, consult the other word, make a DC 15 intelligence saving throw. On a failure, blah, 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 go insane. On a success, I get done. Well, it pretty much is. Blah, 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 blah,
Go insane.
That's the simplification
It's
of
my favorite song.
All you need is characters to go, "You're not my friends anymore."
Morrigan,
Oops.
after
Eat
one
guns
of
for us.
my Friday sessions, I sent Martin a song that came on my Spotify just after it. literally called Insane, and it's about going down into hell, getting the power to burn everything, and really enjoying the power to burn anything.
I was gonna go with the Kesha.
That's funny because I was listening to Devil Went Down to Georgia this afternoon.
Well, when I said my Spotify picked it perfectly, I had Nothing Else Matters, followed by Bury a Friend.
I was gonna go with the Kesha lyric of go insane, throw some glitter, make it rain.
Yeah, mine's a lot darker than that.
Yeah.
28 on the intelligence saving.
Which
throw.
means you don't go insane. Yeah.
Much.
Yeah.
Or any more insane.
What is your first question?
Does the I gather they know the whole. I don't have to give them a rundown of what we're trying to do here.
They will have an idea of what you're referring to, and will get a lot of inference.
Does the Shadow Lord need to perma-die for us to succeed
Probably.
in making the tower fall?
You'll get a no.
Okay.
Just has to be dead enough for someone else to take over.
No, we don't want anyone to take over because then the
How
Shadow
do
won't
we negate the Shadow Lord?
Don't worry, he has to
Is
lose
there a
power
way
to
to negate
whether
the
someone
Shadow
else takes
Lord's?
over or not.
Gotta ask yes, no questions. The Shadow Lord's rule or make him relinquish his title that we can find within the tower, like
Good question.
maybe an artifact or a book that tells us how, that kind of thing.
You get a yes.
Okay, so there's
That's-
something in the tower.
That will assist. That is good.
Any pictures?
No.
Characters?
That's not a question!
No, that's
We've had this conversation.
Yes,
is
yes,
real.
it was. And then you go, oh, but here's one of my favourite questions.
sorry.
And this is like AUKUS on Wednesday night.
Have I got any more questions left? That's a question.
That makes me. It's 3 still?
It's still 3, yes.
Okay, alright.
I was just teasing you because I can.
Yeah, I know. And look, that's. You've got to make it worth it for you as a GM. I totally get that. I understand. Alright. It's got to be a yes no question, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'll take requests from the group too. So there is something in the. Can't answer it, is it? I don't know the layout of the tower, so I can't just work my way through. Is it in the basement? Is it in the first
Is
level?
it better to go through the front or the back entrance?
Well, do we know if there are 2 entrances?
We do.
We do,
Okay.
yeah.
We do.
The ex-steward.
And yeah, it's definitely. It's got to
You
be
could ask if
yes,
it's
no
Well,
closer.
I think it's probably going to be more useful to go through the back.
We
but-
were assuming that the Shadow Lord wards would have gone off that would notify that we are coming.
You
That could potentially be
you
a
could
question of does the Shadow Lord know that we are approaching?
If you're trying to get a yes/no
Almost
answer, you could say, would we be more successful if we went
Yeah,
through the
that's
back
what I
entrance than the front entrance?
Yeah.
Have we already essentially gone in the back entrance, Martin?
No.
Okay, so 2 questions. Does the Shadow...
I would do the entrance question first.
I'm just writing them both down.
Yes.
I feel like that's a yes, but it's worth having it confirmed. And what was the other one? Back or front?
Would we be more successful if we went through the back entrance rather than the front entrance? Because that will get a yes/no answer. Of course, they may be lying.
Right,
No,
so,
we can't.
Sorry?
Not with this spell.
I'll go with. And are we more likely to be successful if we go in through the back entrance?
Okay. You hear the same prophecy that Drezel gave you in the book.
Exactly the same.
Same
both.
wording.
Our choices at the tower will determine the outcome.
And what?
Okay.
Our choices at the tower will determine the outcome. So, basically,
So that's not
If
a
we-
yes or a no.
if we choose to go to the back, we can. Whatever happens, happens. And then if we choose to go through the front, whatever happens, happens.
Correct.
It's very much. That's a time fork.
It's
Right,
not where
okay.
it's not one of the main choices that we.
Okay.
Calvary doesn't say this out loud, but she looks up and she's like,
It's not very helpful.
It's not very helpful at all.
I would say that Lani is correct on her
That's a time fork.
Assessment.
It's a time fork.
What was the assessment?
That it's a time fork.
Yes.
Or a
Time
divergence
branch
of the path.
or divergence. Yeah. So it's very much whatever
If
we
you
choose.
go route A, you get outcome B. If you go route A, you get outcome 1. You go route B, you get
and
outcome
that's
2.
time.
And it's very much if it ends up being the wrong choice. If Lonnie was better at time magic, it could be
Technically, both choices
A
are
reset.
correct.
Yes.
It's just one choice will lead
To one
One
outcome.
outcome, and the other choice leads to another outcome. Yes.
So
I feel like question 4 and 5 should possibly be is, does the back entrance lead to the tower falling, and does the front entrance lead to, us all dying? But I feel like I would probably just get Drazzle's exact quote.
Back at you again.
Yeah.
I think you would.
And
I think
it would be
might be-
wasting questions 4
Basically,
and 5.
when you have been given a prophecy of certain things, you can't ask around the prophecy to determine
Yeah,
the
and
correct
that's why I'm
way.
like, I feel
Yeah.
like I'd be wasting the
If
question.
the,
I feel like
if
it
the
would be.
choice is important, they will not take the choice away from you.
Exactly. Yeah.
And that's why I'm like, it would be wasted. But Calquix is just, now she's just trying to think of what is going to be the most helpful in... She might actually ask that.
Well,
No, that's not
that's
a yes,
when
no
it
question.
that's when it becomes.
Well, give me a intelligence check.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I think that
I was gonna say that's when it becomes the
My brain
player's,
happened.
or I guess that's when it becomes the character's goal,
Yeah.
and the questions need to be around how do you achieve the goal that the character has determined.
Yeah.
Like, I think, does the Shadow Lord know we are coming is a good question, because it'll
Potentially.
change things, but at the same time, if we have 2 other questions, that
If
take
the Shadow Lord
priority,
knows
'cause I
that
think
we're-
he probably
Does
knows.
it count
Because
if it was on a 20, but I couldn't
we
hold
thought-
it on the 20 to show you it was on a 20?
Well, I will believe you because
You will believe me?
I
Because
trust everyone
usually if I
online.
get a 20, I have to show it to you. But I was trying to hold it on the 20 and my hands couldn't hold it on the 20. I got a 20.
Okay, so you
The dark song.
had thoughts about him potentially being related to dragons.
We did have that.
Yes. Okay.
Oh,
So
that should
you
be
may
something.
ask a question relating to that.
That's a good question.
Sorry.
Because that's
Is-
that's not specifically about the prophecy and
Yeah.
about making the choice for you.
Is he related to dragons? I guess is the question.
If that's the question you'd like to ask.
Or is he a dragon? I think maybe is he a dragon?
Yeah, I was gonna say, we're fairly sure he's related to dragons in some way.
Did we want to say that generic, or did we want to get?
Yeah, I'm trying to
I'd
think
say
of how to
draconic. If we say, or do we know? We're pretty sure he's draconic.
Well,
Yeah.
but Llewell reads dragon,
Yeah.
because he has a secret craft of dragonology.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he already knows he's a dragon or draconic.
I guess
Yeah.
Well, that's a waste of a question then.
Well, it's more
See,
just.
You don't have to be a dragon to develop the abilities of, say, a dragon's lair.
And that's what I'm trying to figure out. Because knowing that he's related to dragons,
So
that's
what?
information I already know. Knowing that he is a dragon versus the fact that he's, say, a dragonborn and dragonologist or something
because
like that
technically
might-
Llewell is dragon, but he's not. But
might tell us
Dragon.
how to deal with him. Because if he's an actual dragon, then we would deal with him slightly differently than if he was just a dragonologist.
I would
presume.
say he's probably not a dragon based on the way that Vitriol acted.
Yes.
But again, I think it's not a bad question.
I don't think it's bad.
I think asking straight up if he's a dragon is not a bad use of a question.
Hmm.
Let's park that with a minute though before we think about it, because we've only got 5 questions.
So
if
we've
you
got
use-
2 left.
2 left, yeah.
Yeah.
But it was Calcrux's intelligence
I didn't get to hear what
To-
Martin said.
about
was
asking
that
about-
we know that he is related to dragons in some way. That would be a good idea to ask something about that background.
Ask something about it, yeah, but I'm not
Like,
sure. I'm not quite sure.
What-
Is he
how,
a dragon?
How to word it is
elicit the
the
most
question,
information. Is
Yeah.
just a challenge.
yeah. Okay.
No,
something,
I
something,
agree.
something, dragon, something, something. Give me the best information possible.
Yeah. Well, we've got one. We've got 2 words. We've got 1 word.
In a yes no format.
We just need the other 5. That's a start. We're 20% of the way.
Finding out he's if he is a dragon, it means Luell has some insight into
How he might
how the different approaches would be treated.
Calvus is just going to
Especially since I've
straight
got a
up
book
go,
on it.
is he actually a dragon?
Is that your question?
It sounds like a very Calcrix question.
It sounds like a Calvert.
And you're asking the questions.
I'm just asking because before you've had questions and you said they weren't actually questions.
Yeah,
Just
that's
confirm it.
that. Look, we're going to make that the question because
It will give us useful information, and it's very Calcrix.
The answer is yes.
He is a dragon.
I wish you could ask other questions like, what kind of dragon, damn it?
Well, how many? You only got one question
A
left.
baby dragon that I could impress with my calculateness? Or big, scary, gonna kick my ass dragon?
Does he come from a culture we know?
Ooh. Ooh.
Because we don't know where he's from. But we do know about
Which
Nithya.
culture is he from?
No, because it has to be yes,
Yes,
or no.
no.
Oh, good
What
point.
about yes, no, what
Yeah.
generation of dragons?
That is one of the other things that I
Yeah.
thought maybe he's an old one.
Because he talks funny.
No. Oh, yeah, wait a minute.
You can ask if he's an ancient dragon, because that would be your yes, no
well, like,
answer.
isn't there the two?
Okay, just
Like, there's Calcrix and Drazzle,
There's the
those
first-
dragons,
Oh, first generation.
and then there's current dragons.
time out. Calcrix knows, she's one of the only dragons that knows that the dragons before actually
Are different.
different to these dragons. She knows that they got wiped out. And as far as she knows at the moment, unless someone's able to pull something like Bahamut or Tiamat through
Well, it
the
sounds.
thing, they're not in this plane.
But it sounds like he was resurrected. He could have gotten a different body.
But he was killed by a gold dragon because he pissed them off.
And then potentially resurrected, got a different body, and then in the fight with the last Shadow Lord, killed that body, took the Shadow Lord's body.
Yeah, I guess so.
So this could be his third
could have
body.
pissed off.
I guess Calcrix's question is he like mum and dad, or is he like me?
Yes, no format.
Like normal today, this world dragons.
Is it first generation, second generation? Is that the question?
Yeah, I guess.
Well, what would be the yes
Ma-
no format of that?
Martin understands that she's asking,
In a yes no.
Is he an ancient dragon?
is he like mum and dad, basically?
The
And
answer
they-
would be no.
Okay.
Okay.
So he's a regular
Current
dragon, and I've run out of
dragon.
questions.
Okay.
I should have asked, did the contact other planes last night ask these 5 questions, and then I could have done it this morning, and asked another 5. No, that's it. She will say, thank you for your time. If you would like to visit me in person, you can have a cookie. In the meantime, here is my little shrine, here is a cup of coffee, and here is a cookie in spirit, and she munches cookie in spirit and hopes they enjoy it.
Okay, from Luell's knowledge of dragon etiquette, frontal approach versus sneaking in, either cannot be undone. Once you take one path, that's the only approach you can take.
A front approach, though, is more respectful, right?
Yes.
That's the way.
More dangerous, but more respectful.
I think we should go through the front.
We are not a stealth party.
Once you sneak in, you are nothing but a thief.
Yes.
Yeah,
And as I said, we're not a stealth party. If we start sneaking, it's going to fail at some point.
And a lot of dragon magic kicks in on nothing but a
Thieves.
thief.
That's right.
and Calcrix is also of the sort of, once she knows that they're actually a dragon, she's not going to disrespect another dragon, no matter how good or bad they are.
Which is also why Seeker has only been getting one option.
That would explain, because my instinct is to thief.
Yes.
So that then helps define
But
the
it's
two
probably have to be
paths
solved.
Yes.
further, or like at least the two,
Yeah,
not the paths,
settlements
more
of
the. It associates the visions Calcrix had with paths potentially.
Yeah.
It did cross my mind that I try to be sneaky to find the thing and you guys distract, but I think that's going to lead to my death.
I think that's
Yeah,
probably
I think
what your
that's
vision
true.
was saying. Yeah.
And
Because-
she did say you were going to die.
Yeah. So my vision is literally, something big's coming, you're going to die.
Yeah.
And you're still on the same path.
I can be sneaky without having to go in the back entrance and thief-like.
Yes.
So
Yeah, you can be quiet while walking in the front.
So
Well,
I
still at the
guess
back
in
of the
terms
party.
of
Yeah,
plans,
Well, point.
is
Walking
we
inside
approach
my
from
shadow.
the front. The dragon does all the talking to start off with because I speak Draconic and I'm the same race.
and you
Yes.
technically just got assigned the area.
Well, technically, you've taken on ownership of one of his domains.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes, and I will
So
also
turning up
need
as a
to-
vassal is
Well,
valid.
No, she's not a vassal. She's got
Oh.
ownership, even though she's not signed anything. So technically,
Oh.
she's got
Yeah.
She's
the
a
right
free agent.
of the location without the obligation.
So our stuff made it even.
That's messy.
It is, like I said,
Yeah.
nobility and domains are quite messy.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not sure how we're going to sort this bit out.
Because technically, you would have right of entry because you are the vassal of one of his domains.
Yes.
Without
Being a vassal of him.
Yes.
yes.
That's where it gets lots of fun.
Calquis is now
So our
going
forgery was
to
back.
search for
Yes.
items for an appropriate gift.
Technically,
It's dragon etiquette.
It is,
You
yeah.
don't turn up without a gift.
Mm.
It's like outside of speaking Draconic and introducing yourself in Draconic, number 2 on the dragon etiquette list is present a gift.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to think if Seika would have anything in her treasures that she would think would
It's
appeal,
fortunate
but she
Calquis
also
has got a lot
doesn't
of-
really want to give something to the Shadow Lord.
She doesn't
Well,
really want to
fair.
give
Well-
anything to the Shadow Lord either, but it's etiquette.
Is-
So even if she
okay.
takes their guts,
Here's
they
an
get
here's a
something.
here's a bit of the out of the box thing that Father Pat could offer a service.
Mm-hmm.
That would be a gift.
It would.
it would.
Yes.
Offering services to dragons, though.
Yeah.
Well, it's, you know, it would be something the dragon might value. The dragon may not.
Yeah,
value
but
it,
you
so-
have to be
Yeah.
really careful about the wording.
Yeah, I know.
It's like
but I'm just
bargaining.
I'm
with
just
the
saying, you
fae.
know, rather than that.
There's a reason why there's a novel called Never Deal with a Dragon.
I like that novel.
Yes.
Much would never trust an elf.
Which is the dwarvish war cry.
That's the same reason, especially when you get someone like me who's both. I'm entirely trustworthy, just ask me.
Yes.
Hey, my Shadowrun people are dealing with Harlequin at the moment.
I
Sometimes.
read through that module, the actual module for it.
That's what I'm running.
Yeah.
It's fine.
I had an interesting time with that because I was thinking the right way, and no one else was through the entire thing.
Well, I had Harlequin show up at the start and announce he was the patron,
Mm-hmm.
and that they would say yes to each of his missions.
Well, given what it's offering.
And in one of them, it was no bargaining.
Oh, I'd love to get a Shadowrun group.
Yeah, he did that to Jeremy.
Yeah. But yes, we got through that and we actually capped the outcome karma, which is ridiculous values because it's first edition.
Well, as I said, back to the thing. The only thing
Yeah.
Father Pat can
Yeah.
offer is a service. That's the only gift he has
Yeah.
to offer.
I have
A
things
service
on
agreeable
me.
to both of us.
I have
Yeah.
things on me that aren't even in my that aren't magic items that could
Question.
be useful.
Yep.
But
Would wearing my very impressive necklace with all the dragon
Skills.
things from all the dragons that have ever ruled be a impressive good idea, or
Well, it'd be a power play.
It is.
It may be the equivalent of I'm here to take over, step down, or die.
I'm this important.
Well, we want him to step down.
yeah, but I don't
'Cause-
think this is going to be
Yeah,
solved with a conversation.
yeah. This what
No, well, that's-
wearing that though is hi. I've got this much backing.
Yeah, I'm not
It
saying
is a
don't do
power
that.
play.
I'm just.
No.
I don't think it's going to be solved, particularly as Atsantiotl is behind him.
Yes. So he's going to take it the bad way anyway.
I'm going to tell Calcrix right now. If it comes to we are negotiating and we're friendly with him. Nope, I'm not saying anything. I can't say anything. I'm not allowed to do that.
We aren't necessarily negotiating friendly.
Mm-mm.
We might be
No.
negotiating
No.
No,
unfriendly.
nice try, Time Spider. Nice try. Trying to get me to talk. Nice try.
Particularly she talks.
You're the one who offered.
Well, ask Llewell, like,
Yeah.
about the power play thing. Like,
yeah. So I'll
yes.
ask Llewell about wearing my necklace.
Yes.
And also, what size should I be? Necklace of the Dragon Lords. That's what it is.
Okay.
+1 to my perception roll.
It would make sense if the tower we built for medium.
No, apparently I've got Eyes of Charming.
you have a lot of things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Gleaming.
You would assume if you'd probably want to turn into a dragonborn form inside the tower.
I do?
Because anything else will probably get you trapped.
Okay.
Yeah. For a start, it'll trigger anything that says
Can
dragon.
I turn into a Dragonborn form?
We talked about that
it's
as
the
one
humanoid
of your
form.
One of your
replacement
forms.
forms.
Yeah.
Because you
So-
didn't like your other humanoid forms.
Yeah.
Do I then want to present myself as Dragonborn?
Dragonborn is still dragon.
Yeah.
But
Makes
I
sense.
mean, not present myself as Calcrix, the white dragon with the jazz
You can
wings,
still
but-
represent as Calcrix if you wish to.
So
With
it's
the jazz shoulders.
it would be known that this is a dragonborn form, but you're still Calcrix.
Yeah,
Yes.
okay.
You're still a dragon, but most dragon traps are looking for an actual dragon shape to stop
Yes.
because they do things like trap various parts of their body in different rooms.
And I think Jeremy did note that he moved back to a dragonborn form or human form.
Yeah, he's
last
in his
game.
human form.
I can
It's my
hit him
first
with my
night.
Mace of Healing.
No, you want him with the
That-
nice sword that you have.
Yeah.
Okay, sleep.
It's okay.
That's a good
Okay, so I'll appear as
We can get up.
No.
Silver Dragonborn because I want to stay metallic.
You can, yes.
But I might keep the black scales to signify entropy going down the middle.
Pass down.
And the blue scales to
This form
signify
can't
that.
change, can it?
I'll take.
This is the form she chooses for Dragonborn.
Alright, so I'll go in like that.
So this coloration will be the same dragonborn form you turn into anytime you turn into a dragonborn form.
Okay, so I can't change it.
Nope.
No,
Is
you
that
you.
a good thing or a bad thing?
It's just better to note that up front.
It's
Yeah.
just a thing. Okay.
Yes.
You
alright.
can't alter it to suit a situation.
You-
Whatever you choose is your
You
form.
can spend downtime to change it, but that's downtime.
Okay.
Hmm.
Alright. Alright, and then I guess Dragonologist will be my herald and
Yes. So
Yeah.
I'll actually manifest dragons. So I actually feel like one.
okay, cool. And then
Yeah.
the rest of you guys just get to be the entourage.
That's just how cool
I'm
you are.
wearing my Cloak of the Shadows. I'll put my hood up, and I've got my Shadowcaster charm on it.
I just have a cool cloak.
That's
Will
my
I still be wearing
13th
my
level charm. Is the Cloak of
Bahamut
the
shield as my
Shadowcaster.
chest plate?
Nice.
No. That becomes an actual shield at that point.
So
You can
stored
either
on my back with my sword.
You can do that or wear it on an arm.
Don't know whether I should be advertising Bahamut. But if I go in with my Bahamut shield and my necklace of the Dragon Lords, maybe I am making a power play.
There's no problem with that.
No, I was gonna say I don't feel
Well,
like there's anything wrong
you're
with
making a power play to an extent anyway. What it
Okay.
comes down to though
It's how you're gaining the
is
power.
how blatant you're going to be about it. Like, oh, that necklace.
Well, all dragons are like every dragon interaction is some form of power play.
Exactly. But it's
I'd rather
it's
be upfront about it.
I would think
If
then
you
you,
want to
would
be-
want to wear the necklace.
yeah. If you want to make a strong power play, then definitely the necklace.
Yeah,
You could
Calcrix
even
is
put
not
ribbons on
one
it
for...
to emphasise it.
Yeah.
But I will do a cultures check.
Before I forget, can I triple check? Are we doing telepathic bond?
Yes.
Yes, we are.
Done.
Either Calcrix or myself. Actually, while I'm doing the thinky bit and research, Calcrix can do that.
Yep.
Especially if you upcast it so it'll last longer.
I have worn my new boots of speed. which I think I chose to pick from. I picked up in Yalarum.
Alright.
I have to spend downtime on crime capers.
Yes. And my culture skill is exactly what's required for this sort of thing. Because, hey, it's
I don't know enough about dragons to help. Like I've got culture skill and stuff, but I
yeah, well,
more
as
Fey inclined.
mentioned, I've actually got a book on it. It's a book I wrote based on various research I was doing. So, yeah, I wrote the book on the subject.
I'm taking my usual back. Like,
Oh, yes. of
click
course.
up,
Yeah. Admittedly, there are
blend
probably,
into the background wallflower thing.
yes. The book is going to be rewritten as I gain levels in Dragonologist because things are going to get updated.
Sorry, what was the level you recommended for the spell for?
The
4.
base version gives you an hour.
Yep.
And from that
I thought it gave you
upcasting,
8 hours.
no,
No, just 1 hour.
yeah. I think you can go up to 8.
I think there's a heightened spell option. It should be in there.
That's what I'm saying. If you upcast it, it gives you a longer cast. So if we go
I've already cast.
rules, spells,
There's been one more, and there's been one. I can do 1.
telepathic bond, 5th level. You can't upcast it much anyway.
No, I can only upcast it to
yeah.
6.
Yeah, but it's increased the duration by 1d4 hours for each slot above 5th.
To be honest, we're about to face off against the Shadow Lord, and if I cast this at level 5 or 6, I'm going to use up my 5 and 6 spell slots.
In that case,
Unless
it's probably
you do it as a ritual.
in that case
That's a reduction of
Yeah,
a chunk of your hit points.
I don't mind
Yeah.
reducing a chunk of my hit points and do it as a ritual because
It's sort of the reason I'm asking is it's sort of the difference between do we know each other enough and trust each other enough that in combat we can act without communication.
I feel telepathic bond is probably helpful.
Caltrix has Robe of Eyes, which means telepathic bond means you can tell you about invisible things without alerting other
Yeah.
people to the fact that you can see them.
Ooh,
Yeah,
that's
which
bloody
is
useful.
So how does it
helpful.
work when I do it as a ritual?
You just it will be.
It takes 10 minutes.
Yeah.
5 hit points
You
per
are
spell
making a
level.
roll, and you can, if you're good at rituals, you can reduce that. But it doesn't take up a spell slot,
Yeah.
is the thing.
So would it be minus 30 hit points if I did it at
6.
Sixth level.
6?
Yes. Taking into account you're getting temporary hit points from me every time we rest.
That's right, we get 11 hit points from you.
Yes.
There's that improved since we upped a level.
Going to go up by one.
So 12 hit points.
Yeah.
Everybody add in the 12 temporary hit points. I
Yes.
have a feeling they're going to be useful.
Yes.
Well, if I'm minusing 30, then 12 temporary hit points is very useful.
I don't have aid, so I can't give you back hit
Mm.
points.
Well, it takes my hit point to 172.
Actually, if we want to do this, I can do a restoration.
There you go.
That's
pretty good.
The thing is, I'd have to use 4 spell points to do it,
You
which is
have-
fine.
You have less hit points than Calcrix. Calcrix can take a bit.
No. She does it as a ritual, and then I do restoration to get her hit points back.
And that's 4 spell.
Okay,
Or I can cast it, and then I do the
it
restoration.
would
to get
be
my hit
an
points back.
Arcana
Either way
check
around,
to
you
get
get
it off.
Okay.
And it costs
I'm gonna
me
do the Arcana
4 spell points
It's an option.
of like 13 or something, and most of what I do is cantrips. Plus, I've got ways to get points back. They're daily methods, but I've got ways to get points back.
I do have a
And then
trick, it's rogue trick that allows me to, if I can spend 10 minutes in an area, I can sense whether an object or creature that I can see bears magic.
27.
I would use that's for you to use when you're scouting.
Mm-hmm. It's also part of the reading I took it as it was in
Okay, so you have no problems casting it, and at level 6, You reduce your hit points by
That's
24.
really high.
24?
She's got advanced ritual training.
That's a good point.
Okay, that's good to know for my other spellcasters. 'cause
If
they
she
do-
took 100 minutes to cast it, it would have been reducing it by 12 instead.
Yeah.
Now I'm doing math. That's equals 190 hit points.
Okay, good to know because my other spellcasters have advanced ritual training.
But you've got to have it at the level you're casting it.
So I was looking at things that I don't care too.
And I don't have the large amounts of from memory. Yeah. No, I do actually have lots of advanced ritual training.
Yeah.
Lots, actually quite a lot of rather a lot.
Morrigan has it to the point as far high up as she can. So does Hildren, but Hildren is max at level 3.
Okay, so
I think Morrigan is up to level 6 level spells ritual.
Yeah, so have I.
I've actually managed to open up the book twice, so I can look at the map on one page and the actual locations on the other, because it was going flick to here, flick to here, flick to here.
Yeah.
So the map is on page 67 and the information is on page 26.
Oh, great.
Okay.
I spent 10 minutes looking for the actual map, going,
Where
Where
is
the
it?
hell is it?
Yeah.
Oh, it's all
it
the way
was in
down
the
there.
cover.
Oh, of course, because
Okay.
of course you have the cover and the book
Yeah, but
separate.
not all the maps are in the cover. Half
Yeah,
the maps
that's
are through
true.
the book.
Yeah.
That's so
Some of them
funny.
are in the centre, some of them are at the start, some of them are at the end.
And we-
Yeah,
which
you're
means the
having that
editor needs to be
problem
hit
with
this.
Wednesday and Friday as well.
Yeah. Which
Imagine-
means the editor needs to be hit with a
Must
stick.
just be
So,
that
yeah.
those
A
certain
very big
editors.
stick.
Yes.
Good.
I'm good.
I'm good.
Ish.
So I've done the telepathic bond. I'm going to need to go in as my Dragonborn, which I'm not too happy about, but if the GM tells me to do it, I do it.
Seika has
for-
a hood up on her cloak. She's trying to do
Yeah.
her wallflower thing.
Yes, Martin,
Mhm.
for imparting
In a Triffids
proper,
type style.
draconic, etiquette guidelines and requirements, social requirements, I got a 29.
Okay,
So
so
I'm bowing to his advice.
Same.
Well,
not knowing exactly what sort of dragon he is, you have
Yeah.
a very good idea of how to at least force him to take you in as a honoured guest.
yes.
Basically, the necklace will definitely be is a status symbol and can be taken as technically the ruler of all dragonkind.
I will carefully inform Calcrix of this and how to either push it or not push it.
There is
Guidelines
a
on
moment
approach.
where Calcrix is strutting around in a small circle. I'm a queen of dragons, and
That
Eve
is
is
one
like carrying
not
her
to
cape, like as,
That is one not to do.
no, this is
yes.
this is 2 10-year-olds
Of
playing,
course they are.
and
of course
like
it is.
Eve's carrying her cape around
Yeah.
behind her like you would like a wedding dress like trail
Yeah.
type thing, and yeah, and then they bow into each other and so on.
Lonnie will playfully play along, knowing that full well this is 100% true.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Not kind of, maybe. I
Lonnie
don't
has a
know.
permanent crown on her head, so like, you know, is what it is. She can't get it off.
You're the queen of all. Who are you the queen of all?
Everything.
She's
Exactly.
she's the queen of Lani
I'm the queen of myself.
in every dimension.
That is what this crown is for.
That's not a bad thing. Some people aren't queens of themselves.
I have a lot of, I guess.
I've been to your island. You have a lot of followers.
I have a lot of self-responsibility.
a lot of you on the island.
Character slash
Yeah.
form that would go
Yeah.
on this one.
And in some cases you suck, in some cases you're perfectly fine.
Right off
Exactly. That's 100%
my
it.
spring form. She's my lower class infiltrator.
Okay. So, heading down the passageway after taking a long rest in the way station.
And what is the order? The party?
There is water and food.
No. What is the order the party is?
Oh, I thought you said, was there water?
Oh, that's what I heard too.
I think it'd be Calcrix and Lowell.
Yeah.
And then
If we're going in as a diplomatic sort of thing.
And then I would put Pat.
Yeah.
Pat and Lani.
And then
Seika and Drachnima towards the back.
yeah,
Okay,
Seika following behind Lonnie, and then Drachma, for the sake of the player, being in the back.
Middle to the back somewhere.
Yeah. Trying not to sneak, but still, like, sort of like Seika, like, trying not to sneak, but sort
I
of
was gonna
blend
say,
into the background.
It's definitely like, and this is what we're really doing, is that you are the following party to Calcrix. You're not trying to sneak, you are being part of the party.
I'm trying to do what I did with the alarm,
Mm-hmm.
except he knew who I was, which was creepy.
It was one of the most powerful sultans of time.
Yeah,
Mhm.
he was gonna know.
Yeah. But, like, I've got hood up. You can't really... Like, a dragon might be able to see me. I don't know if they can break the magic of this cloak.
Yeah,
But I'm definitely
you're
trying
very-
to do the...
very
I'm
much-
not here. I'm not really important.
where like if someone was paying attention, they would know you were the entourage of the dragon, but it's not. You're trying to gain attention in any way.
But I'm also very carefully not
Whereas
thieving.
Luell is herald to the dragon, and then Pat and Lonnie are protectors of the dragon.
Bodyguards.
Yeah.
If you had to call Drachna or anything, you could be advisor. But
Yeah.
Yeah, he'd be an advisor.
Seeker is quite happy to take up the role of servant at this point.
Yeah.
And
Master
in
of
this
Whispers.
Yes. So,
Like,
given
Kings travel with their masters of whispers all the time,
yes,
so
that's what they're for.
could be Seika's role.
So Calcrix gets from me giving advice and so on. You get an assist to your negotiation, so you get a +2.
+2?
Yep.
On negotiation?
On you doing any sort of negotiation, diplomacy
Okay.
stuff.
So, because usually what I try to do is charm.
Yeah. Well, any role you do in charming, negotiating, persuasion, whatever.
Yep.
Well, charming is a persuasion role. Anything like that, you get a +2. Because you have a briefing on what's required.
If I can persuade them to do it, that's what I try.
And don't forget, if we're talking compromises, or as much as we probably don't want to, if we're talking deception and stuff, remind me that I have a whole heap of bonuses to that stuff.
I don't think we're going to go down the deception path.
But
considering
even
this.
compromise, my armor is set up so that even if
Well,
the
you have
compromise falls
compromising armor,
through,
don't you?
yeah, even if the compromise falls through, I can learn things.
So your compromised armor, is that actually compromising to you?
No. So it is a suit of compromise, as in...
I was
Yeah.
trying to make a joke about
I know.
a sultry suit.
Let's
Not
not
the
talk
first
about
time.
sultry when we've got dragons around, shall we?
But basically, if the compromise we suggest is reasonable but rejected, and it doesn't even have to be reasonable. If I help with the compromise, as long as it was a fair compromise, I gain a secret from each side of the discussion. If it's rejected. So even if everything falls through, like, we can still get information.
Yeah.
Just to make things confusing, the map's also at the front of the book as well as the back of the book.
What the heck?
I was going, why am I missing some numbers? Why isn't... Oh.
See, that's where I'd be sitting there and screenshotting pages and putting them into a document so I had everything I needed where I needed it.
I do that occasionally, but I don't always have the time to do it.
I feel like I should be making sure that Father Pat's doing that protector thing already.
I don't, like, this isn't one of my spellcasters. I got nothing to prepare other than try to balance being here with being not seen. Or not acknowledged. if that makes sense. I'm seeing
Yes.
that not
Not a person of note.
yes.
He is.
Okay, so
Okay.
taking
Yum.
taking the path, you come up out into the light again after being underground for a couple of miles.
Yeah.
And coming out,
Wink, wink.
you see that you're in a dome of air where the edges of the dome are all sickly yellow. So it's like you've got a
Cloud kill type, particularly yellow.
well, the cloud kill, yes. There's a cloud
Yeah.
kill just on the outsides of the tower,
Yeah.
kept by a dome,
Mm.
which doesn't look particularly sturdy in any way, because you can actually see wisps of the poison come in and out of the dome.
But not going terribly far into said dome.
Not terribly far into
No.
said dome.
Yes.
So it's not a wall, it's more a boundary.
Yes. That's what I'd worked out. Yeah.
Whereas an actual wall would be problematic for those who use magic.
Mm.
All the forces are things you don't wield carelessly.
Yeah, they're hard to deal with on either direction.
Because they will hold things out, but then they will keep things in.
Yes. And they're a bastard to try and take down.
Yep.
You just sent Eve through.
No one likes walls, apparently.
And you can see the tower has 3 main levels above you, and a path leading up to the main doors. So you're sure that the foundation also has stuff in it, which most of these things do.
Okay, Caltrix, let's go to the front door.
It's
And
big enough
look
that
unassuming.
a large dragon could potentially enter, but you'd expect again it'd more likely trap a dragon inside it.
Yeah.
Most castles are designed to trap dragons who enter.
Mm.
Oh yeah.
Alright, you two.
Well,
What are you
it
doing?
is basically the main threat of a castle is a live dragon.
Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah,
It's the first I've heard of it. I've been a dragon for a long time.
Well, in a fantasy setting, you've never actually had to go into the castles very often.
No.
And when you-
Palaces
and when
generally
you
don't
do
have
you-
the same builds.
Yeah, and when you do, you're invited. Yes. So 15-foot high doorway with a line of monowire halfway up.
I am always a welcome guest. I am Calcrix, the white dragon with jazz wings and lots of coffee and cookies.
Official title.
And because I bring coffee.
Exactly. If people don't know me from all my coffee shops all over the realm, then they're not normal people.
Okay, the double doors have the symbol of Idris inlaid within it, but have the red worm as a pennant hanging in front.
So he's probably a red dragon of some sort, or red wyvern, or something like that. Because I remember the red worm being mentioned a number of times.
It's his symbol.
Hmm.
And the pennant is literally over
Have
the
I
symbol
had
of
any
Idris.
experience with red dragons? I don't think I have, unless it was in the Worm's Teeth Mountains.
Not in the wild.
Mm.
Okay, so the doors do look impressive,
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
and as are the knockers on the door.
I will let my herald use the knock on the door thing, because that's what heralds are for. To knock
Yes,
on
you.
doors and announce my presence.
Yes. Well, doing actual herald things is my job.
Ding dong.
So I will definitely announce you.
Sega's sitting there thinking, why did you tell her she's the queen of the dragons?
Well,
I didn't.
then,
The book did.
then Calcrix will look at Father Pat and Lania and like, someone needs to knock on the door.
This was an internal thought, not a projected thought.
We have that.
Good.
We have the
Yeah.
thought
The
stuff.
telepathic bomb.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I'm just saying, internal thought, not projected thought.
Yes.
No, that's projected.
No.
To Father Pat and Lani. Someone needs to knock on the door, and it shouldn't be me.
It's
Saker's thought. It's private.
It's a private group thought, not a public group thought.
Yeah.
All right, I'll knock on the door.
Go for it. See what happens.
Well, I'm not going to look very regal if I go around knocking on doors myself.
Exactly. That's what you got an entourage for.
Exactly.
Okay, you hear the loud bang as it seems to echo and vibrate through the tower. Notice what you want for a door knock to let everyone know there's someone there.
Yep. Yes. Avon calling.
Lift, slight creak.
If you're getting in on the
Drop
party
it.
plan,
Somebody's at the door.
I'm totally going to owe you free coffee.
Hello. My name is Elder Price.
I was going to say, one of the jokes last night was Halloween costume, best church clothes. You're not insurance salesmen. You're Jehovah's Witnesses. So get back upstairs because you shouldn't be celebrating Halloween.
That's very funny.
So, after you lock, you hear a whirling sound coming from the door as it appears to be unlocking.
Cool.
I'd probably still stand back a little.
I am.
And then the door seems to fold into itself.
Wow, that's a cute effect.
As it falls into the space in which it was in, or just disappears through the floor, or just disappears?
Seems to fold and fold and fold and appears as the door frame.
So it origamis into the door frame.
Ooh, interesting. Intriguing.
Very cute.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And standing on the other side of the door is a very, very small dragon.
Very
like this big.
internal, not projected thought. Calcris is like, I suspect that I'm not powerful enough for this place.
Okay, and standing on the other side of it is our guardsman with what looks to be a draconic styled helmet.
Mm-hmm. So both of us step back
I'll step back.
and present Calcrix.
Mental note, stealing one of those helmets on the way out. No, not stealing, acquiring. Acquiring one of those helmets on the way
We
out.
could have someone make one afterwards.
I just knocked on the door.
Yes.
And he seems to be holding a metal wand.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I presume my herald is going to announce.
Yes, I will announce. Oh, sorry, we'll present Calcrix. I will announce Calcrix as
I'll
a
give
visitor.
Llewellyn an insight roll.
As soon as you said metal wand, I'm just like, I bet Drachnia is very much like, ugh, metal.
Yeah.
No, more like, ugh,
28.
metal.
Yeah.
Okay, you recognize Blackmore Tech.
Mental connection to the other ones. I mentioned that. I'll just think the word Blackmore at them.
Do we know what that means in terms of...
In
We've encountered it before.
Mystara, it is science fiction weaponry. It's like basically handing the bad guys Han Solo's blaster while you've got a sword.
And the gods don't like it at all.
Saker and her.
So, someone's given a blaster to the guards.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I am literally, my mind is going, we thought about Blackmorian. We dismissed Blackmorian.
That was ahead of time.
And we would be a little bit knowledgeable on Blackmorian stuff because of A, Regrian, and B, some of us have dealt with the Blackmorian side of the storyline.
Which means that sneaking in may have been extremely dangerous.
Well, good thing that you don't
Because-
sneak up on dragons. It's just
Well-
not polite.
Yeah, well the thing is in this case, Blackmorian tech means if we were sneaking, we'd be encountering traps and detections and so on that we could not detect as
Because
magic.
they're not magic.
Because they're not magic.
Yeah. We don't have the knowledge, unless somebody's got engineering, to actually know enough about what they might do to detect
Father
them.
Pat, I'm fairly sure, has engineering, but I don't know how much.
No, he does. But
A few of them do.
Did I have a rice cracker with some sticky?
You got
I'm happy with it just as they are. They're very nice.
They're very nice as they are.
Yeah, well, as I said, I bought a packet and I think it got a bit broken in the shop.
Looks like it.
Yeah, but my engineering runs to blowing things up, not not understanding technology.
That could be useful
Yours is,
later.
yours is medieval engineering.
Yeah,
Engineering isn't
We
engineering.
do want the tower to fall, after all.
my engineering's about gunpowder and
And by the looks of things, it's definitely not Rakasta tech because it looks more advanced than the Rakasta.
Yeah, different style to them.
And you suspect the helmet's also Black Belt tech because they did go to War of the Dragons.
Which means there's probably some detection ability in there that we don't know about.
Oh, Seika has the thing against tech because a part of me is going, Seika wants to acquire some stuff on the way out, but she wouldn't like tech.
But she can go. I can now go to, say, the gnomes and ask them to make me a magic version.
Yeah, but how much would her hatred of tech fight against her need for information?
Well, culturally, it's the same as the well. The well was brought up with tech is evil, and this tech needs to be destroyed or removed from circulation.
Yeah.
And I also really want to know everything.
It's such the very. It's almost like the first principle of the
Elven.
elven way of life.
Focus.
Yeah, the two top elven gods are anti-tech in
I
any
know.
possible way.
I
Need to get inside. Please announce me.
He has.
Alright, are they taking me in?
Okay, so they bow and lead you in. They take you to a office not far from the entryway where a red-robed figure who calls himself Slevy greets you.
Slevy?
Greets you politely.
An office. How undragon-like.
That was Slevy.
And he orders the
Okay.
guard to get a more appropriate chair while he discusses why you're here and sees if the Shadow Lord will meet with you.
Enough room?
Considering that my visit is unannounced, that is acceptable. But hopefully the wait will not be long.
Good answer.
No, not supercilious. Just said respectfully. I would expect to be treated with some amount of respect, as I would treat any other dragon with respect. Hey, we may beat the shit out of each other later, but
One hell of a typhoon.
it is important that the proper etiquette is adhered to before we do that.
I need to get some.
So
And my internal thought is, Lani's going to hold him down while I slap him with my sword.
Hang on, that's not a good idea.
I have a contingency plan if things go differently.
I'm just. You know how you play fantasies in your head so that you don't lose your temper in real life?
Yeah.
Yeah, that kind of thing.
Seika projects to the group. If needed, it would make sense for Calcrix to be visiting as she has taken over domain.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay,
Yeah.
so he's sitting at a desk with what appears to be a strange lantern. No flame, but putting out light and heat. He has a glowing book that he is writing on.
We've seen this with the Recaster. Is it like
not to this level.
But is it like an advanced
It's
version
like
of the
got a
slate?
slaplet.
Yeah, that Calcrix has one.
Well, you can't actually see the tech.
Would it make us think of the?
Well, there's nothing physical, so that's where the bit that makes it even harder to follow.
So it's literally like a book made of light.
It's literally a book made of light.
So definitely more
A little bit like
hologram.
mine, really.
Except you can see through it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, doesn't specify mine's actually opaque when I've got it out.
It's not opaque. You can see through it. It's not
Yeah.
really there.
Yeah.
And he's writing in it.
Yeah. I'm talking about mine though. My Warlock's Tome, because that's not truly a physical book.
So what you missed was there's a
Yeah.
lantern on the desk that has no flame, giving out light and heat.
Can I do a quick scan of the room to see if there's anything that would give us information? Anything that looks...
And there seems to be a what looks like a mechanical skull sitting on the desk
Okay.
with gemstone eyes that seem to flicker.
And I'm going to assume that's another tech device rather than a demi-lich.
So
I
the
hope.
That's
tablet
why I
doesn't-
said mechanical skull.
I'm going to call it a tablet because it's a see-through,
Mhm.
but the tablet thing doesn't look like Random was saying, the ones that Rakasta gave.
It does not, because it literally looks like a glowing book.
Like, yeah, because the Rakasta tech, it's a physical,
The Rakasta
Item.
tech is physical. This one
Yeah.
is...
whereas holographic in player terms.
in play terms, yes, holographic.
So
For us, we're just like, that is light that
Yeah.
you're writing in.
if I was going to do a quick scan of the room, not using any of my sense of secrets or anything like that, just do a quick scan of the room to see if anything pops out that's of note that would give us clues, any information, would that be insight or would it be investigation? I'm not going around the room poking at things,
Would-
but
Would
Yeah.
probably be perception, because it
Yeah.
would be what are you noticing right now, not
Yeah.
what are you actually investigating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just wanted
So-
to check because I am focusing on this.
Yeah.
So I
Well,
wasn't sure if this was...
Yeah, taking in the lay of the land as you're
Yeah.
walking in and trying
Which
to
means
know
you're actually
areas of
making a
interest
check.
would be perception.
Yeah. I've got my passive perception because I'm keeping an eye on that, but I do keep track of what else is going on.
I have a D...
But yeah, and the Warlock Pact of the Tome, it implies very strongly it is actually a physical book.
How
Arcane thing that
Wait,
turns up when I need it.
Calcrix realised it would be not rude for her to casually look around the office, just idly wandering about.
Well, there was a chair brought in for you,
So you can look around while they're doing
Okay,
that.
so I have to sit in the chair.
and looking around from the chair, there doesn't seem to be any markings on the wall or hangings or decoration, just the desk with the skull on the lamp and the book that is not really there.
And it's Slevy who's working at the book.
While he's talking to you, and he asks, what is your purpose of the visit?
Well, I am currently in. I've recently become in charge of the domain of, formerly under the Watch of Vitriol, and I feel like I should be having a conversation with the Shadow Lord
Yes.
about.
Okay, so has Vitriol abstained from the domain?
I don't know. I'm not quite sure how to tell. What is the? Do I know the name of my domain? Because I'd
it's the
rather
name of
just.
the forest.
Oh, okay. So I'll just say, I've come in charge of the domain of the forest rather than Vitriol because I don't want to dog the Black Dragon in.
So he says, has the Black Dragon abstained from his domain?
Well, I kind of want it, if that makes sense.
Okay. Was
So not yet.
the Black Dragon killed in the process?
let's just say the Black Dragon had no control over whether or not he was able to hold on to that area.
He was unable to stop me.
Okay, so he does look a bit confused and makes notes in the glowy book.
Mm-hmm. I felt that the domain was better managed by someone of my status and skill, and I feel like I'm putting my foot in my mouth. No, she doesn't say that out loud.
I got visions of a dragon going munch, munch, munch.
I definitely think you're on the right track.
Pardon?
I feel like you're on the right track.
I feel that
You're showing the right foot, you mean?
this now naturally begets a discussion with the Shadow Lord about the management of said domain.
Yes, well, he will put in a request with the Shadow Lord to see if he can squeeze you in. How does next week sound?
That really entirely depends on if the Shadow Lord really wants me managing that domain without any guidance or input from himself for 1 week. I can do an awful lot in 1 week.
Yes.
I am Caltrix.
At this point, all of us look at Caltrix in horror.
That's a shitload of coffee.
I'm remembering what the heck.
So I might do a negotiation roll
You might have
for
heard of me.
Caltrix.
Yes. The thing there is, look at Caltrix in horror real quick.
I got the minimum I
No.
could get, which is 28.
Persuasion.
We know what's going to
Okay,
happen.
looking around, it does seem odd that this place has so little ornaments, but there's also no sign of dust, decay, or living.
I said visions of Celtrix and Eve running the place for a week.
No,
That's
you
scary.
said
Exactly, that's why the
no
horror
death,
look.
decay, or living.
Yes, so that most things have sign of life.
Mm.
So normally it's like something personal, something.
Oh, so it's not personalized. It's just very.
Scuff marks, use marks.
I would say it's very
Sterile.
type of thing where it's just bare minimums in each space
This is obviously the place where they hold discussions, not where they live.
because it has decorations.
I'll be doing that in every room I walk into, and my minimum is 28.
Mm-hmm.
And what, you rolled a 28?
I rolled a below than 10, but I've got my expert
Okay.
talent, which means I get a 10. Plus I rolled a 4, well no, it's not my minimum, I rolled a 4 on my expertise dice, plus I get 8, plus I get 6.
So just to clarify,
Alright, how'd you get 4, 8, and 6?
Expertise,
Yeah.
double proficiency,
Okay.
intelligence.
Okay, sorry, I was just trying to figure out what the others were because it sounded like 3 lots of proficiency or
Something.
expertise. My brain went,
It hurts.
what are the labels?
So technically the lowest I can roll is 25.
Oh, good.
so here,
Mhm.
when it says to calculate, it says CHA, charisma, brackets 3, proficiency times 2.
Mhm.
Yep, you have third
How
rank.
does that work into the
Proficiency.
calculation?
So that will be plus 8.
Okay.
Plus,
So
Instead of plus
the-
4 for proficiency, it's plus 8.
even though my charisma is 7.
No,
Plus 7
no,
as
you
well.
add that to your proficiency. You get plus 8 for your proficiency, plus your charisma bonus.
Yes.
so it's
I'm not sure where the
total-
plus 3 comes from.
That's what I
No,
meant.
that's not a plus 3, that's rank 3.
Rank 3. Okay,
Okay.
so I've been doing my calculations wrong
You have a
for the
plus
last
15.
because of the
How
brackets 3. Because I
Right.
thought yes.
Okay, all good. So
Sorry,
7 plus
didn't realise
8
that
means
was...
you got a plus 15 to your roll.
So whatever your
So
roll is plus 15.
plus the d4 of 3 is 18. So that's. So it is 35.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
So he says, okay, if you wait here, he will try to see if he can squeeze you in with the Shadow Lord earlier.
Very much appreciated.
Okay. He requests that you remain in the room while he goes and speaks to the Shadow Lord.
Where does he? How does
Just,
he
just
leave the room?
asks me to remain in the room. That's it.
Well, you and your
Yep,
Colleagues.
no, that's okay.
How does he leave said room?
He does get up and walk to the door and...
So the doorway, because the door has been folded back into itself.
Well, that's the main door.
that
This
was
is now
main
the door to the office.
Has it folded into itself too, or not?
No, he just seems to slide into the wall and slide out of the wall.
Star Trek.
Yes.
Does that mean as soon as he leaves the room, Calcrix gets up and goes over to the mechanical skull, picks it up and looks at it, and goes, ooh.
You don't seem to be able to pick it up.
Okay, examines it on the desk really closely and goes, ooh.
I've got visions of a dragon snip.
Can't pick it up because it
Trying to
won't
touch
move,
it.
or can't pick it up because it's not really there.
Well, can't pick it up because it's attached.
Well, that was a very good
Celtic
question.
picks up the disc while taking off the skull.
Either way, close examination and you face decided this is interesting, curious, because, it's different.
Mm-hmm.
And there'll be waving of hands and shadow puppets made at the light book.
Oh dear.
Right.
And what's he doing right now? Making.
When the guy walks out, the light book disappears.
Aww.
Seika is... I can do this now. I just want to check something.
Oh, that's just standing there watching.
If we... I get the feeling we're going to be here for longer than a minute.
Hands on sword.
Um,
Resting.
You just stand there being impressive.
Looking for a tree to fire crossbow bolts at because he's bored.
While we are waiting, I am going to kick up my sense for secrets. It's not limited to how many per day. I just can't do it twice in the same area. And I'm counting the room as an area.
Okay.
Yep.
So if we're here for a minute, I'm doing my click in looking for information thing. If there are tricks, traps, secret doors, or any unusual features of a non-magical nature within 30 feet of an unobscured surface you can see, something nearby is worth investigating, but not what or where.
I feel like this is obvious. There is definitely something nearby that's worth investigating. But I appreciate why you're doing this.
Okay, so you use that ability, and it seems to not be there at the moment.
That was the other reason why I wanted to say. Because it is non-magical, it is just an ability, but...
Oh, it is an ability, but it will notice certain things, and some things it can't notice.
And I would notice, even in a standard room, there would be something that would say, hey, this is worth looking at. And I'm not getting anything.
Which is telling
Unless
you.
the
So,
security
yeah.
turns that off.
That
would be a
I would telepathically let you guys know that, I can't sense anything. That's not normal.
That is very suspicious.
This-
Which means
this-
they're covering
this-
something up.
Calcrix senses back. This whole room is probably a trap.
Yes, but most traps are aimed magic. I'm not my abilities are not magic.
Have you heard?
But it's still shutting me down.
Have you heard of Blackmorian stuff?
I've made that connection, just
If they're,
highlighting that this is happening.
if they're suppressing your senses without letting you know they're doing that,
Yeah, just
Yeah.
highlighting that this is happening.
Even non-magical means can't sense anything Blackmorian.
that's what I'm saying. If they're suppressing your ability to sense Blackmorian stuff, you're not going to sense it no matter what you're using.
Did we get the sense that the tower
Yeah.
was built with this technology?
Quite possibly.
Yeah. Because I know the tower wasn't built by this shuttle, or it was built by the previous shuttle.
Yeah.
Don't think I've ever been in a situation where my natural abilities don't work.
You've never
Which is
been
weird
in
for you,
a
yeah.
Blackmorian structure.
No, but
Yeah.
I do know, but at the same time, just it's worth noting is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
I will give Lani a perception roll.
There you go. Oh, yes. Okay. Well, that's... that 20 there.
Because I would
Oops,
expect at the very
perception.
least that the skull would flare.
You would, but
It doesn't.
Yeah, it's suppressing that. But that's why I wanted to check.
it's all good.
Because it would be really useful if we're trying to find something in the castle for me to be able to find things.
Yes.
It would be
Which makes you think the skull is part of the deck.
That's what I was thinking.
It's a nat 20, so it's at minimum 30. I need to update my sheet.
Okay, so Lani does notice a lot of stuff relating to the Paladin. You remember back when you joined the group? He had some tech.
Yes, yeah.
And it has the same feel as that tech.
Yeah. It's all...
The room, the doors, the table.
Yeah, all that stuff, it's very much with the same as his little armband.
What does that
Thingy.
mean?
It means that all of the
No
stuff...
touchy-touchy or touchy-touchy all one likes?
Probably no touchy-touchy.
Lonnie's interpretation is that touchy-touchy turns into weapon.
But you've already
Turns into
tried to
webbing.
pick up the skull.
Now,
so
whether or not that's a problem is up to the rest of y'all.
I'm now going to see whether or not the skull
Lani,
turns. or
everything
something
you
like
touch
that.
turns
Just
into a weapon.
Fidgeting
Correct.
with it, just see if there's a trick.
Including
Okay,
this.
as you try to turn it, you can hear grinding of gears.
I don't want to break it. I'm just like,
How
how does this thing work?
I would say you are kind of close to the correct way of doing things, because like that stuff was touching it for some reason, and it, like there seems to be like things.
Is
So
she the only one that hears grinding of gears,
maybe
or do
the
we all
way
hear
to
them?
do
You all hear
things
it.
is
Father Pat immediately looks around.
the stuff in
Yeah.
here interacts by touching it in some particular way.
May not turn it off. That may be if somebody touches this, then they have bad
He told me
news
to
and-
stay in the room. He didn't tell me not to touch
They
it.
did not say not to touch
Yeah,
I'm a
but a
13-year-old
lot of
dragon.
traps are sitting there going, touch me, so that they can
Part of the
explode in your face.
I
Part of the-
almost
part of
suspect
the-
that the light book works by touching something.
Yeah, part of the standard etiquette about dragons is don't touch their stuff. It's like Americans and
I
don't
don't
touch
mind
their
if you
boats.
touch my stuff in my hoard. You just
That's
can't leave
you.
with it.
Sleevey
That's
wasn't
you.
a dragon.
And I'm pretty sure all dragons feel that way. You can touch my stuff all you like, but do not take it out of my lair.
Yes,
Very
but this is
personal
a
question.
dragon
Yeah, don't
lair.
touch my stuff.
Well, there's also don't move my stuff, because if you touch it, you have to put it back exactly where you got it from in the right orientation.
Yes.
Well, she will once she finishes turning it.
With no fingerprints on.
I took note of that before I started fidgeting with it.
You know
You
exactly
don't
what
stick
it
a
is.
curious looking thing in front of me
That's where
and
she's.
not expect. Yeah, look,
Yeah.
I just.
What does this do?
My
Okay,
experience, that sets off traps that explode in your face.
And then you
While
hear the
somebody
door
else
slide open.
Hello.
And there's the red-robed guy looking curiously at the table.
And Calprex will look at him and go, "How does it work?"
Oh dear.
And just it is a genuine, sincere
Like
look
pure
of.
innocence.
Absolute curiosity.
Find this out. I
Oh,
am a child.
he responds
and this is
deadpan, it
curious.
kills people.
Pardon?
Oh.
It's
Ugh.
what?
It kills people.
How?
Well, they look in the eyes and they die.
Oh,
Huh.
why? Like
No.
this is like a 10-year-old.
He shrugs because whoever built it wanted it to do that.
Okay.
Hmm.
Well, good thing I wasn't looking at its eyes then. Otherwise, I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure what happens when I die, but I'm pretty sure there's going to be some angry people around.
And I don't think I'm dead, so.
He says it
I
normally
mean-
involves brain melting, but hey.
Mechanically, you get
Ow.
stat bonuses,
I'm
but
Well, your dead
Did
gives
she
you
at
also
least get a
just that
smile
bonus.
out of
Your
it?
possible
He
poison.
does
oh no,
chuckle
she
a little.
regenerates.
He says, your arrival
For the first
is
time we've-
She's cool.
expected, so the Shadow Lord has asked to take you into the Great Hall for food while he prepares for an audience.
If it's expected, why wasn't he prepared already?
He
Nice.
shrugs because he's always busy.
But why?
No, that's my excuse.
I ain't touching that.
Yeah, look, that doesn't work, but
He didn't know which day you were going to arrive.
I see.
Hmm.
Well, that makes more sense. Okay. Please lead the way. Mr. Sleevey. By the way,
Okay.
have you ever had coffee?
He says, yes.
What kind of coffee?
You push a button and it pops out of
In the
a
cloak of shadows.
into
I'll
this
take this rolling eyes.
receptacle, and you drink that.
Oh,
Have
you
you
haven't had
instant?
real coffee. Please, once we get to this
I can
great
feel it
hall,
coming through
allow
the
me to
mental
treat
connection.
you to a real coffee made by a connoisseur and expert on coffee. And then you can tell me how it compares to your mechanical coffee.
To your fancy pop-out coffee. Instant pop coffee.
Instant coffee.
International roast versus.
Okay, so he takes you into a big circular room that has a stairwell going up.
Hang on, weren't we just in a big circular room?
Does this room look just as Blackmorian as
He does.
the office? Okay.
And he takes you through a side door without going up.
She leans down and she goes, "What's gonna kill me in this room so I don't play with it first?"
The floor.
He shrugs, probably one of the guards.
I don't play with guards, they're boring.
Well, in that case, they're not going to kill you.
Cool.
You're assuming they can kill me. But how about that coffee?
So we
Very
went through a
dragon
door
thing to
out
say.
of the circular room.
You go through a door out of the circular room into another hallway past another guard who just salutes as you go by.
The guards are dressed in what?
They are dressed in red armor with a
Full
dragon helm and a metal wand.
So,
What are the metal wands?
Weapons.
She's asking Sleepy.
yeah.
He says, death wands.
Can I play with one?
No.
Ah. Darn.
We don't give them to kids, he says.
They death people.
I'm
It's bad.
13. I'm getting closer to adulthood every day.
Says not until you're an adult, he says.
But adulthood is so boring. Is it the best time to play with adult weapons before you're an adult?
Says
That
no.
depends on whether you're playing with them or whether you're the rest of the world.
I'm going to be.
Lani, you're an adult. You like weapons. Can you give Lani one to try out? She can show me.
He says no.
But she's an adult.
Boring.
Yes, but she's not the guest. You're the guest.
She's my guest.
Oh, she's your guest, not his guest. You're his
Isn't it
guest.
your guest too?
No.
Sigh.
Alas.
So, how about that coffee?
This is almost there.
I'm
As
writing
we're-
down a lot of that conversation, but not all of it.
Yeah.
Okay, he
As
reaches.
we're walking through, how many guards are we counting along the way?
You counted 2 guards along the way.
That's it.
One in the main chamber and one in the
Yeah.
hallway off it. And then he reaches a door that he puts his hand on, and you hear a beeping sound as it slides into the wall.
See, I told you, you just have to touch stuff.
Yeah, no, this is not a good example for Calcreeks.
Because you get where you get touching the door.
This is
Oh
where
no, she's gonna touch everything.
This is
No,
where
no.
Rules.
this is where I point out.
Do you say it in the head? Like, either way,
Yeah.
Saker is like, no,
In the head.
don't touch things. Stop, don't touch.
This is where I do
Look,
point out.
hands off,
And this is
look
where
with your eyes, not your hands.
This is where
I
Calcreeks
think
is
one of
like
them just does
touching
it every
the
5
wall
seconds.
now.
Don't
Yeah.
touch the thing.
This is Lonnie's interpretation, keeping in mind that Lonnie has the lowest intelligence out of the whole party. So.
This is partly my teacher coming through.
Yeah.
Look
What's-
with
what's
the
your-
eyes,
What's
not
your
the
wisdom like,
hands.
though?
Oh, my wisdom's great. Is pretty good. It's just funny that
Yeah.
I'm not stupid, but intelligence is my lowest score.
No,
Okay, so
you're good at being right about things, and
But not
Calcreeks
necessarily logical.
is
Right.
functionally working at sort of IQ and wisdom 8
Yeah.
right at the moment.
Well, Calcreeks likes to pretend she's stupid.
Yes, so you're
Because
acting like you're
It
both
means
an
I'll
8.
underestimate her later.
And that's exactly
That's
what's
true.
happening right now.
Yes,
Okay, so he takes you
especially those people
into
visibly
a
exasperated about it.
great hall, which has a long table with plush-looking chairs that don't seem to have any legs.
They were hovering, are they?
Hovering.
Yes, they're just floating.
We'll touch
Cool.
Do they go down when you put weight on them?
They do seem to go down a little bit when you put weight on them.
And then they come back up?
I see how resistant they are to touching.
And you see Kelch go, wee, a trampoline!
Even Calcreeks
boingy,
thought of
boingy,
the new
boingy.
game.
What you're seeing is Lonnie is touching it and then giving a knowing look to the rest of the party. Like, see, touching.
I think of visions of Kelch's getting 4 legs and one of each chair going up.
Seiko just sort of steps to the side of the door and stands there like a...
Could
Let's have
happen.
that stage
Also
of
on the wall
visualisation.
you see a wall hanging of a red wyvern on a black background. Below this looks to be a immense fireplace set into the wall, though it doesn't seem to make any sound. But
Is there any heat?
You can feel the room nice and warm compared to the corridor, which was fairly cool.
And the heat appears to be coming from this fireplace?
Well, the room's warm, so you assume it does.
Well, it could be coming from the
Assumptions are all, brutally evil in some cases.
As assume makes an ass out of you and me. So I tend not to assume anything.
And you see a very large and ornate cabinet in the middle of one of the walls, and a tall cabinet in one of the corners.
And a whole bunch of floaty chairs. Does the table float? Does the table got legs?
You look under the table, it doesn't have any legs either.
I mean, that's a lot of energy
So
and
it's-
technology
so it's
spent
wavering
to
around a
make
bit 'cause it's
floaty
legless.
chairs and floaty table.
Well, that depends on how much it's had to drink.
So that's my point. If it's legless, it's obviously had a lot to drink.
Exactly.
No, if it's Legolas, then it's got a bow and arrow. And it's
That's a different pronunciation. And is also, because it's a table with no legs, good for sliding downstairs.
Can I do my as I said, every room I walk into? Do you want me to just give you my minimum of 25, or do you want me to roll?
Sure, have a roll. Because who knows what you'll get.
Caprice is going to wander around the room and touch everything.
Okay. So, as the steward is sort of looking at you wandering around the room, he sort of gestures to the table to everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Seems to be seats for everyone.
Caprice
Excellent.
is
Father
gone up
Pat's
to
just
the-
following
like the
Kelch's to
mantle
make sure
and
she
just,
doesn't get into too much trouble.
touching things on the mantle, and she's just like feeling
reaction
like the
speed.
structure. She's
Well,
like,
there is no mantle.
Oh.
sorry?
There is no mantle.
The
Well,
ornate
As
cabinet.
you reach the ornate fireplace, it appears to be a image of an ornate fireplace that is
Oh.
moving and flickering.
it's not actually there.
What the?
They've got a hologram of a burning fire. I hope
Now
there's a
she wants
heater
to know if
behind
the
it.
cabinet's real.
Okay, it is a real metal cabinet.
Okay.
And the guy walks up to it and says, "Coffee." And the coffee appears in the cabinet.
Okay.
Oh.
Ah,
I taste the coffee.
And another coffee appears in the cabinet.
What's it taste like?
It tastes like a very bland coffee that is hot. No flavouring at all, no style, no substance.
So it's the Star Trek
Caprix
materializer.
barely turns in time
Without being told
and
to put the proper-
spits the
proper
coffee
flavour.
out in like.
It's
You
the
know how
default
somebody's like-
setting.
You call this coffee?
And then she turns around and she takes the coffee from Sleevy's hands and goes, "You cannot drink that poison!"
So is this the cabinet in the middle of the wall?
In the middle of the wall, yes.
Oh,
and
sorry,
then
in the corner of the wall.
she gently escorts Sleevy over to the table, pulls out her coffee set and says, just you wait here, and she starts.
Well, he
preparing-
says, unfortunately, as we inform you, fires are forbidden inside the building.
This isn't fire. This does not use fire, this coffee set. It uses steam, but not fire.
How do you generate the steam?
My breath, but it's not fire breath, it's just hot air out of my breath.
Oh, we know it's hot air. We know that.
I'm not talking about when I'm lecturing you on coffee. I'm talking about when I'm blowing on my little steam filtery thing so that it can do its drip process.
go for it. Do it.
Which is just my hot breath. And technically not fire, but lightning.
Technically.
Technically. But no lightning comes out. I have worked out this way back when I first got my coffee set.
I know. But the guy didn't know that.
Yeah.
Just because you do these things doesn't mean everyone knows you do these things.
So
I was gonna say he is saying a lot of things of dragon, no fire allowed. Red Wyvern. I know what kind of dragons use fire.
So she will say, I assure you there's no fire involved. And she'll prepare the coffee. And then say, yes, this is what you need to make your machine taste like. First of all, you need to enter into a mercantile trade agreement with myself for decent coffee beans.
He says, one moment. He picks up the coffee and walks over to the machine and says, copy.
So he doesn't drink my coffee or taste it at all?
Well, if he's going to have more of it, he'd rather have a copy of it first.
Oh, okay.
Then he can have as many of them as he wants.
I don't know this
Okay,
in my
I see.
real life.
Without entering a trade agreement with you.
Are
So
you
he's
guys
just stolen
passing
your
a trade
IP.
agreement and taking my
Intellectual property.
my IP without
No, he's just
even
copied it. Yes, he's taken it anyway. He's copied
my
it.
IP at all?
He says, no, look, I've still got the coffee.
Yes, but now you're making your coffee and I make no money, but I spent lots of time and research into making and growing these beans and then trying to provide them, and I do donations to charity and things like that. How am I supposed to support that if you guys don't pay me any money?
Well, he doesn't get paid.
That's...
Not the point. Your boss does.
I feel like this is something I will have to bring up with your lord.
I'm sure he'll be happy to discuss it with you. He'd love to hear about that afterwards. You just wouldn't want to be there during the discussions.
Because there might be fire breath involved.
Yeah, there might be lightning breath involved as well.
Well, it's not his job to adjudicate, it's his job to entertain and wait.
I would appreciate for the moment if you did not duplicate my coffee.
Too late.
If it is
She
too
tried.
late, that's okay. I have a mental note for later.
35.
35. Okay. The wall hanging is definitely out of place.
Right.
Sitting
Your ability's
in
come back, has it?
hover chairs.
No, this is my standard
Do
investigation,
they-
not my sense for secrets.
Move? Are they pretty set?
Well, they sort of moved you to the perfect height to sit at the table.
But if I were to, like, a rolly chair roll back a little bit, would that work at all?
It sort of gets you to a standing position.
On
Can you rock
my-
backwards if it had two legs?
on my investigation,
So it's very much...
I would probably say to the group, without moving, I don't want to draw attention to myself. The wall hanging's odd. If somebody feels like making their way to it and checking it out,
It's definitely the only non-technical device in the room. And so far, all you've seen here are tech devices.
Yeah.
I'll
With-
wander over there and have a look at the image on it, the
Yeah.
picture and so on.
It is the same image
And-
used everywhere by the Shadow Lord's forces.
Allowing my passive perception and or investigation to pick up what I can before I do anything deliberate.
Looking at it, it's definitely used low-tech solutions to stick it to the wall.
And
Cool
it's
blue
stuck
jack.
to the wall, it's not hanging on the wall.
Yep.
Blue tack.
That's high
Right.
tech. Low tech, I think,
No.
is nails.
No, because it could be animal horn glue or animal hoof glue.
It does look as if
That's
it's been
low-tech.
glued to the wall.
It's been, which implies there's either something special about the thing itself,
Or behind
or
you.
it's hiding something,
Mm.
and it's hiding
Also-
something solidly because it's glued on.
also, if
Yeah.
the Shadow Lord is Blackmorian, maybe he isn't, because
It would be
it would be
the previous
if he
Shadow
has
Lord.
access
It
to
would
the
have been-
tech. So
Yeah.
the cleric might have been the original
Yes.
Shadow Lord, might have been Blackmorian,
Most likely.
Yes.
but Landrin isn't.
Correct. That's what I'm
Like-
kind of picking up on.
Yes.
Mm.
And that they're just using the tech that was left behind.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem as if this is theirs and they've learned how to use it.
No, it's
Or at
the
least
Blackmorean stuff was a previous lord.
Yeah.
So
Well, it was
That's-
built by the cleric of Idris.
Halbert's
Yeah.
going to ask Sleevey, how
Cle-
did you come across
Cleric
said
of Idris
horrible
in
coffee machine thing?
Blackmorean stuff.
Good
That's been
question.
before
He
Blackmorean
says
stuff.
it has always been here.
Well, we know the cleric
As long as the
didn't have
tower has.
access to it.
So we do not
Yeah.
know who invented this blasphemy, let alone installed it.
Yeah,
He does
it's a
know
long
that
time ago.
other servants of the Shadow Lord maintain it.
I see. I revoke my objection to a duplication of my coffee. Please duplicate my coffee. I want to try and see if this machine can in fact make my coffee taste like my coffee.
Okay. He tells it to make coffee number 2.
Does it taste like my coffee?
Doesn't taste as good as your coffee.
That is-
Seems to be missing a little bit of the magic of your coffee.
That's what I thought. Yep.
It's got no heart.
I feel
It's not made from love.
if you find it worth your while, I will give you a little potted plant and you can grow your own coffee. Or I can give you a supply of beans and show you how to do this for yourself over some less technological means, but simple and does not necessarily include fire. And you could have a better quality of coffee that makes you feel healed and whole.
He says he would love to take you up on that, but they have a few restrictions on what they can bring into the tower.
I will
Right.
talk to your lord about this. I feel like this is something that needs rectifying.
Well, no, it's valid for a pair of dragons to be talking about things and suddenly start talking about trade.
Trade is an important part.
And while he's talking, Llewell does notice there is a doorway behind the hanging, and it is a passageway leading up to a door that has symbols on it that you recognise from Blackmore.
I feel like someone should be going up that passageway.
But hang on, the wall hanging is glued to wall.
Mm-hmm. And behind it is a passageway that leads to a
So you can go on
The right angle,
well,
you can see through
the
it.
door is it's an inset passageway behind it
Yeah.
to a door.
Yeah, that's sort of what I was. Yeah, basically it's glued onto the wall, but there's a gap in the middle that the glue's hiding. But you can, if you got underneath the hanging, you could.
Or went to
get
one
up.
side.
You can
and the
literally just pull one side and go in.
Oh, it's not. Oh, it's not.
Yeah,
I thought
it's not
it
at the
was
top.
No,
It's
it's
not
not.
okay.
poster glue.
The
It's
hanging-
just
100% glue.
The hanging holds it tight.
Okay, I thought it was glued on all four sides. I'm
Okay.
wondering how this is looking
Yeah.
down. So they don't know how to hang wallpaper either.
Sleepy in
Well,
your capacity
he
as
said glued to the wall. It could-
entertainment
all the way.
slash visitor seer slash everything else that you do. Do you have other business that we are taking you away from? Because if so, we could amuse ourselves here while we eat and wait for your lord, and
Well,
you do your normal business.
He does ask if you have any food preferences. He can ask the kitchen to actually prepare things, or you could just ask the device in the corner, and I'm sure it will come up with something
Not
edible. He
necessarily
says with a sort of a pause on the word edible.
I would much prefer that the
Just
king
make dwarvish beer.
prepare.
It says unfortunately
It fascinates me,
it does
but
not produce
still-
anything alcoholic.
What use is that?
Repel.
It can make beer that's not alcoholic.
Yeah, I don't want heaps normal. I want dwarvish beer.
This is where inside thought to the group sounds like the
Exactly.
Blackmorians were a bunch of prudes.
This is not the
Small
temperance
smile underneath that nobody can see because of my cloak.
Yes.
temperance movement.
I would very much appreciate a meal from the kitchens, if you could please.
Okay. he
With
will-
dwarvish beer.
Okay, with dwarvish beer, non-alcoholic.
No, there's no such thing as non-alcoholic dwarvish beer. That's a contradiction in terms.
No, there is. It's called wheat soup.
Please forgive
Not
me, old
dwarves beer.
bastard. He was brought
Yeah,
up by
that's
dwarves.
pre-alcoholic
and he
dwarvish beer.
Yes,
Get
unfortunately,
wheat
we do
soup,
not
age
have
it.
anything alcoholic on site.
That's weird.
What is this, a bunch of Mormons? What the
This
heck?
isn't part of their religious beliefs.
They are a bunch of Mormons.
Surely you've got some dwarvish beer on yourself.
Yeah, I probably do.
Which you
But
now have to share with the whole group.
that's right. Boy,
Except I don't drink because I'm
Yep.
13.
Hey, get me the raw
Savior
ingredients.
still
I'll make
is
you
a
a
statue.
load.
Okay, so he heads out the main door and goes off to sort out some food.
And there's
Oh, quick! Go up that passageway. Find out what it does.
but there's no guards left in here with us.
No guards left in with you, no.
I will stay behind with at least one or two other party members to.
Yes.
If I go up the passageway, do you think the traps and the lair would consider me a thief?
There's no lock holding you from going there. It's just not easily visible. So probably not.
It's definitely one where if you're approaching, and based off what I know, if you touch things, it'll work. But you just have to know the right way to touch it.
But
Yeah.
the
You also-
lair, like, we would...
I don't think it's.
It's not going to trigger the anti-thief
We've come
Don't
in
think
with
so.
the permission of the Lord,
access.
and no one's given us an explicit
You
direction
can
not
not
to
explore
leave this
further.
part of the room.
They'd be left there.
I just don't want to trigger our deaths. Happy to explore, love to explore, want more information, do not want to trigger our deaths.
It could be, say, Lani and Lure that go up the passageway. Well, you stay here, and therefore you're not triggering our death. It's Lani and Lure.
No, I'd prefer I got to be
Right.
sneaky.
I would say.
She does it so much better.
I would say Seika.
If anyone's going to go, I will go. I just...
Well, that means you might trigger our deaths.
It's about choices.
To be fair, anyone could trigger our deaths. To be honest,
Okay, if you guys are okay with it.
I would say if we are okay, kind of hanging out in this room while Luell and Seika take a look at that door.
I'll look from
Don't
here,
go through
here
the-
and you move up there.
Well,
That's when I
Tell
think,
me what it says.
I think because Father Pat was asking about the dwarvish beer,
Can
it will be most
possibly
noticeable
work
if
some
he's
of it out.
missing.
I don't
Exactly.
actually know.
And the
that
same
more
for
in.
me.
And I
think
was
most
sitting at
other
the table
people could
too.
disappear.
Whereas those two were already standing.
I was
so-
very deliberately not moving and trying to blend in the background.
Yeah. I feel comfortable with Seika going ahead with Luell watching and giving advice.
Yeah.
If somebody could listen at the door and let me know
Yeah.
if if
I'll-
someone's coming, B, if we think I have time to get back.
I'll stand
Well-
and listen at the
Yes.
door.
You did realise once the door shut, you didn't hear any footsteps on the other side.
Okay.
I will
Um,
stand and
door.
listen for the door to go whoosh.
So can you...
I will see what I can do, but I don't know the Blackmorn language, so I'd be sort of reading a sort of impression of it more than anything else.
Any information is good information.
Exactly. If I get more than what we had, then we're better off. So, looking at what's on the door,
Your first
Is it-
impression is red is bad, green is good, and this is red.
that's a good start.
You've learnt that much from seeing the Blackmore tech over the years.
Yeah.
Red normally indicates alert, danger, activation, bad things about to happen.
And laser beams.
So
They usually do red stuff. So
Yeah.
yes.
could it trigger them? And
Well,
If it's
that's why I'm way back down here.
if it's
I'm not moving
yeah,
up yet.
if it's currently red,
Yeah, I haven't
Well,
moved yet. I don't know enough about this tech.
I would... The whole door having red symbols on it implies to me that there's something stopping you getting to the other side of it, and it's active.
I
So
don't trust that my usual
it almost
abilities will work.
the physical locks you could probably work out. You probably need better tools.
I had
than
a
you
weird,
had.
weird question.
But
Sleevey, from what we could tell, was just wearing a red robe. Did he appear to have any type of Blackmorn tech armband, necklace that looks
Not
similar?
visible.
Not visible. It just red robe. Okay.
Was it a hooded red robe?
It did have a hood, but he had the hood down.
Right, so the hood was sort of like this sort of thing.
Kind of more monkey, monk
okay,
kind of looking.
what can I get from looking at the symbols? What can I work out of what's there? Can I work out any information at all?
yeah, it may
from
not
the
be safe to go
symbology?
down the
From looking
passageway.
at it, the feeling is
choices.
warning.
Alert.
Okay.
But it could say, warning, we make bad coffee.
I don't read I don't need Blackmorian, so I can't tell.
I know.
It could be warning you're about to die, or warning door opens inwards.
Yes. Warning, if you touch me, you get drowned in fresh boiling coffee.
Bad coffee.
Well, with definition, bad coffee.
Has anybody tried a cantrip or something?
I
This is internal party message could be like, we know that magic doesn't work with Blackmorian.
Well, the telepathic
It doesn't
bond
detect
has
it. But if it's a physical device,
No,
Yeah.
what we know about Blackmorian tech is it's all physical. Magic doesn't really work on it, so you
Yeah.
have to be very careful about
yeah,
what
but
you're
it's
doing.
but it's a physical device the same way a wooden door is a physical device.
I presume.
But I haven't seen any
comprehend
lock that I'd be
languages and things
familiar
like
with.
that.
No.
No.
It's the same as what.
It won't translate.
Like, I will
But-
go. I think if anyone goes, it should be me. I'm just not sure if I'm going to be able to get through anything.
My
I
concern
don't
is
think
if it's red,
you
does that
can.
indicate that anyone passing through will actually set off an alert that tells them that we've passed into the passage?
I would very much
That's
say
why
so. This is
I think that's probably the
it
warning.
looks like a security door of some kind.
I am very conscious that in this type of space, if it was magical, it would be very trapped and warded.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it won't be magical.
It won't be magical.
might
but
not
it
be
will still
magical.
alert them.
But technology can have similar effects.
Oh yeah.
So I would almost say it's good to observe. I don't know if it is good to go down.
Yeah.
We might need
Yeah.
to wait to figure out
I think-
more.
I
We-
think
we
we might
need
need
to-
to
Watching.
wait.
I wouldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. Basically, I
And
wouldn't touch it. at this
What I
point.
was thinking is, as I said,
Yeah.
like every room I go into, I want to look, but I
Yeah.
look with our eyes, not with our hands.
Yes.
Well, you're supposed to
Fabrics.
touch
Just
things.
a reminder. Eyes, not hands.
And as you're looking at the door, the symbols change, and it turns into a green colour.
Ooh. Watching, observing.
And then the door just slides into the wall.
And what's on the other
And
side?
on the other side of it are people with food trays coming down the corridor.
Well, there you go. It's
Ah, that's
It's
it.
a servant's door.
That's possibly a good thing.
I
But
keep my face blank though.
And you also see a guard with one of the weapons in the corridor behind as well.
Mm-hmm. Fun.
I feel like I should try and use persuasion to see if I can bribe one of those guards to let me swing these little metal wand thing around.
I am reasonably sure that's not going to work.
I said I feel. I didn't
Yeah.
say I would.
Okay, so you think it loudly.
So they come in with what looks to be some largish chicken pieces
Mm-hmm.
and some oddly cut smelling potato.
Fabrics is hoping for.
Well, it looks
fruit.
like they've cut it in thin strips.
And then done some sort
We
of
don't.
frying activity.
it's
I'm
chicken
ass-
tenders and chips.
Yes.
Is there any fresh fruit?
He says, "This is fresh. They've just made it.
Fruit.
Oh.
Like apples.
Fruit.
And
Uncooked,
and
fresh.
and oranges and.
I'm gonna guess an
mandarins
apple bag and a little.
grapes.
Little
Watermelon,
Ziploc bag with chopped up fruit.
And
He'll have to check. No one really orders that sort of stuff.
I'm a dragon. I eat fruit. And if you have any
I thought
First-
you ate whole sheep.
dew on the grass in morning, that would
Grass? We don't have any grass.
be. No, the dew on the grass.
We don't have grass to put you on.
That's on the top of the mountain. It's green.
Hang on, which side of the mountain we're talking about?
So these guys are my son.
What about
You were a child that
Yes.
river
ordered
from
food,
a water?
and they brought you chicken tenders.
River from a
Water
water?
from a river. Sorry.
in a little
I'm sure we've got water, yes.
in a little
The water
flask
comes
that is
through a pipe
clear
from a
with
river.
One of them walks up to the machine in the corner and says, "Water in a
No,
bottle."
no. I don't. I'm not from one of those things. No.
I'm wondering if there's also maybe a red box that also has a small figurine or toy because it sounds like they ordered us McDonald's. As I said, brought us
They're
all
my
Happy
sons.
Look, we all know the burgers are better at Hungry Jack's.
Happy
I'm
Meal.
not arguing with that.
So is the chips
No.
and the gravy
I'm the only
and
one.
don't-
basically
don't-
everything else.
The only thing that should go on chips is vinegar and salt. Don't put
And
gravy.
gravy.
I
No,
always
no
say
gravy.
yes,
No
so-
tomato
I have to have
sauce.
them without salt.
Sorry?
I had to have them without salt, so I never get any decent chips.
You know what goes really
No.
well on chips? More chips.
Chicken
Yeah.
salt.
No.
No
And
normal
chicken
salt,
salt.
chicken salt.
I'm with
Yes.
Brianna.
Chicken salt is no.
Anyway,
never.
Distracting ourselves.
Okay, so yes,
It's an abomination.
they apologise, but they don't seem to have any of those strange foods you keep suggesting.
No fruit whatsoever.
What is
Sounds like
fruit?
my kind of kitchen.
Marcus, like, can I have a look in your kitchen, please?
It says he looks at the guard, and the guard just shrugs and goes, "Sure."
It's a replication
Hey.
box with a box of plates next to it.
Do I get to go down the passageway?
They take you down the passageway, past the guard who's just shaking his head.
And
I'm following.
you
This makes
yeah.
us get into trouble.
And you walk across the other side of the passageway through another door, past another curtain.
no wonder they need passageways. The kitchen's very far away from the eating place.
And you end up coming back
Slevy
into the
rocks
same room
up
with a
saying
very
the
large silver
shadow-
box.
to say the Shadow Lord's ready for us and we're gone.
Yes. Well, she's
Okay,
gone.
so you walk in a room with cabinets everywhere.
Is this just cabinets or?
And, well, I believe Father Pat
Oh,
went
Father.
as well, and anyone else who followed.
I'm going to leave them to it at this point.
I think I would
I think
follow being the whole
Llewellyn and Lottie will
servant.
stay
You
behind.
need to look.
Look,
more.
I just wanted an excuse to go down the passageway and see if I could see anything on my way.
Yeah.
But also, I genuinely want to see a kitchen that has no fruit or vegetables in it.
Mm.
And it seems to be everything here is dried, put in a cabinet, and rehydrated,
Oh.
and then served.
Space food.
I'm so sad for you people. Marcus like gives the nearest one a hug.
I was got visions of
genuinely
space food
sad
sticks.
for you.
Yeah, those chocolate space food sticks.
Yeah, they do say
Yeah.
that
Good stuff.
the fruit here provides more nutrition than that found outside of the tower.
Probably not wrong.
Still so
More
sad for
nutrition
you.
and better nutrition are not the same
I'm
thing.
gonna reach into my food thingy and see if I can find an apple, and then I'm going to cut it up and like share out fresh bits of apple to anyone here and go now taste that.
They find it weird because they've never tasted it before.
Yeah, sounds like
Weird but
Yeah.
good. Like, you know, when you bite into it, something
Father Pat just shakes his head.
Consumed anything that wasn't white.
They sort of
Oh, that's
no,
a
they
very
prefer their
standard
food.
HSD thing.
Yeah, the only reason he
Still really sad for you.
But they like their food.
Return
Yes.
to the dining area.
The food is always predictable.
I don't know how my son's growing.
Mm.
I'm so sad for you.
These people get me.
I'll return to the dining thing. I
They're
presume I don't
Cashley
see
spirit
anything.
Exactly. 100%.
I don't see anything unusual or interesting. Away
Just that
from.
there's lots of storage boxes, and they just pull things out of storage boxes
Okay.
and put them in machines, and then they come out cooked and smelling.
Okay, alright, well.
Oh, I can do that.
And
I'm very
sure-
sad for all the staff people here.
You're sure one of the boxes is a flavour box.
They're so
Labeled
brainwashed.
MSG.
They do not know what they're missing out on.
Hey,
AKA
perfectly
in real
safe.
life, poor person.
I do know how to cook. I just don't like
No,
it.
you don't have to cook it. You just fresh grapes.
Those are always
Vegemite.
nice.
That's
Okay.
what
No,
it
don't like
I'm
Vegemite.
sad that they
No,
don't have
Vegemite's
that.
good for you.
Vegetable's great.
Like
No,
you can have
I
all your
yeah.
chicken
never liked it.
tenders and
Can't
the
stand
fries that you like,
We'll
but
save you from it.
fresh grapes in the
Absolutely.
is nice.
They are delicious.
Okay, so after you finish the food that has been served,
Um,
in whichever way you choose to do so,
Cow Creek's
By
eats
eating normally.
just from her own supply, and she doesn't mind if people think she's weird.
Rewind
Wow.
a bit. I did say every room I walk into, I do an investigation check. I rolled a 27.
okay, so the only thing that still comes out and tells you anything is the hanging pendant, because it's the only thing in here that has any resonance with you. It was definitely
Even in the kitchen?
I thought you did you come to the kitchen?
No,
That's
I
right.
came
You
with
followed the kitchen. That's right. Yeah.
It's the same sort of
Yeah,
pendant
I
in
did.
the kitchen. Everything else here seems to be tech oriented.
And so it just
Hmm.
no sense, which is different than
Hmm.
not getting the vibe.
I'm hoping the Shadow Lord will get here soon. Because the food
Because
is
Caltrix is
not very
bored.
expensive.
And you don't want to board Keltrix.
No.
No, because then she starts using these chairs like trampoline.
Lonnie will ask when they're back in the head, in the thought stuff. How many more guards other than the one in the hallway? None.
There was one in the
One in the
hallway,
hallway.
none in the kitchen.
None in the kitchen.
Okay. So
All the
far,
creatures
I'll
from the
report that telepathically.
so telepathically,
And the kitchen doors weren't locked, but the doors to the dining area were.
Hmm.
okay.
As we were the doors
question-
behind us.
Did anybody notice
It-
how that door was opened? Was it just they walked up to it, or did they touch something?
Well, one of them puts their hand on it and it opens for them.
Ah.
It's still proving my point that if you touch things, it works.
Eyes,
So
not
if
hands.
I touch the same spot, does it open?
It puts out a strange noise. A boom boom.
And are there any more stuff there?
There are a few stuff
Audible
around there.
sigh across
She's
the
like, why
telepathic
can't
bond.
I
Yeah.
go back to the kitchen and
Telepathic bond.
get
Use
some of that
their
dry stuff.
hands to touch things.
Staff member says,
They
unfortunately,
probably
only
still
the
need to
staff
be
are allowed
attached,
to.
The hand that you
use
get in
these
when
doors.
it's used to touch the door.
Can you get me some of that dried stuff that was in the box 3 drawers away from the right second cabinet in, please?
Sure, he says. Yeah, it comes
Caltrix
back.
is looking forward to the mystery of whatever box she decided she was picking to make the question legitimate.
Okay, so he comes back with some sort of pastry with a round, long piece of meat in it that's steaming with some strange blood on top of it.
I will sniff it suspiciously and then hand it to Lani and go, I think this is what I think you want.
I look at it and it was like,
Smells delicious. Your mouth is watering.
interesting. Definitely bite into it. I'm checking
Human
that the blood.
delicious, not dragon delicious.
I'm not putting the actual descriptions
Lonnie-
in, I'm putting down what it actually is.
Like this is a thing that Lonnie very experienced with halflings, and she knows to kind of just trust her senses. And
Well, it tastes like tomato with some sort of mystery meat, much like halfling food,
yeah.
on a bun.
And
with
she also
some sort
learned
of,
not to question the meat.
some sort of
Yes.
onion and pickles,
Yeah, absolutely. This is completely delicious.
and
Is there
the
yellowish goo next to the
Reddish
red
goo?
colour?
you do get a bit of a spicy sauce coming up as well.
Ooh, exciting.
And so it had multiple things in there covered by stuff, and then it had a bit of a cheesy aftertaste.
Oh my gosh, this is the most amazing thing I've ever had in my life.
Like, you're welcome.
Seika is carefully not eating anything because Seika's could be poison alarm bells are going off in her head.
Caltrix is not secretly not eating. She is unsecretly
Lonnie is making
eating
notes
from her own supply.
about this particular item to then share with the cook in her domain, who is a halfling. So she knows that she'll be able to make whatever Lonnie describes.
And hopefully it'll make its way to 10 Knives.
And you do hear one of the servers refer to it as a hot dog. So you're thinking the
dog.
mystery meat must be dog.
Aw, puppy.
It's a shame, but you know what? With
Well, it's
mystery
better than
meat,
toad in a hole.
this is another thing with halfling cooking. With the mystery meat, you can always substitute in whatever meat you like. They
Yep.
can make it taste however you want. So hot dog.
So, our idea is that the first cleric who built the tower had some connection to Blackmorian tech.
And knew how to serve hot dogs.
It was a junk food. It was a junk
Yeah.
food addict.
But the only addition we have is the Red Wyvern penance.
Yes.
Hmm.
Do you want
That
the
seems
only
to
thing-
be connected with the
anything about
current
the
Shadow
Red
Lord.
Wyvern
Because even the guards.
symbology from when I
they're
met
all using
with,
Blackmorian tech.
Yes.
Sorry, just
Sorry.
talking over people.
Sorry.
We had people sighting here, and then Ariadne started talking.
Yeah,
Sorry, my
apologies.
brain went off and didn't register. I should wait for everyone to stop speaking, so I'll wait.
So
no, you took. Yeah.
you guys were referring to.
I was gonna say we're noticing that the only quote unquote additions was the penance, and then assuming the red robes that people are like Sleevey and the other ones are wearing. Other than that, it is Blackmorian tech.
Are the dragon helms that we're seeing red or black?
They are red.
Okay.
Does it look like they were
The armor's
Always
red
red?
as well.
The armor's also red. Hard to tell if they were always red.
okay?
Unless you pulled out a knife and scratched one.
Okay.
Don't do that.
No.
Calcris is not beyond doing that.
Seika probably telepathically puts out, like, she's having this discussion while everybody's eating in the head, but Seika says to Calcrix, do you know if Lady Idris has a connection to tech? Like, I know you didn't talk to her much, but the original Shadow Lord was a cleric of Idris, looks to have
I have-
Blackmorian influence.
Been reading
Which is-
Lady Idris's book and guidance for the last
Mhm.
5 to 6 months.
She does not talk about tech.
Okay.
But then again, no one can talk about tech like this.
That's very true.
Because they don't know
It
what
wouldn't
it
be
is.
written.
No, even
Well,
if
they
you
can't.
even if you write it down, no one can ever read what you wrote down, even you.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
My
I'm an
It's
exception.
blocked by the
I could
gods.
write stuff down about it if I knew, and I would be able to read it. But only somebody else with the same ability as I do can,
Even you would
and at the
struggle.
same level. Oh yeah,
You struggle with the Nithian ones you can read,
Yeah,
but the Blackmorian ones you can't.
yeah. I
think
would
we've-
actually need to learn the language.
Even
and
learning the
we
language, you can't read it back again properly. You have to
It-
spend a lot of time with
It
it.
would. Yeah, I could. Yeah, but I can do it. Other people can't.
I seem to remember
we
we
do. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry. I seem to remember we did think about the Red Wyvern as a Landrian only thing, and I have a feeling it wasn't. And so the Red Wyvern is the Shadow Lord, not necessarily Landrian.
Yeah. It is the Shadow Lord. It isn't necessarily Landrian. Because Sheldrak gave me, I think, coffee from Idris, but showed me the symbol from, or wore the symbol of the Shadow Lord.
No, he wore the Black Dragon.
You wore the black.
But there
dragon.
was something to do with that encounter with the the red wyvern, because I remember
A lot of his other members had the red wyvern.
Okay,
But he didn't.
He wore the black dragon.
So he's probably a paladin of Idris.
yeah, and I did ask Idris about the difference, and I remember she said that it was her cleric that used to be the Shadow Lord, but someone has usurped him.
Mm-hmm.
Do I remember?
Landrian, you was the usurper.
Oh,
Did she say anything though about the red wyvern in relation to that?
oh.
She did not explain
Okay.
the red wyvern because that
What if
was
you remember?
information that she could not give.
That's right. I'd asked and I hadn't been able to get anything because she hadn't been able to tell me. Do I get the feeling that now I'm looking at all this Blackmorian stuff and having had my interactions with the Recaster and knowing that their technology can't be really spoken about either, that this is why she couldn't tell me about it?
Probably not. It's probably something a bit different.
Okay, alright. Toying up with the idea of trying to figure out the red wyvern's connection to all this, and just going, will the Shadow Lord just hurry up and get his butt down here?
Well, I was
Before
saying
that
that
happens-
when everyone finished eating, but I will continue to wait until people finish their stuff.
I'm finished, technically.
Had a thought. The Shadow Lord is wearing the skin of the previous Shadow Lord. Landrin is wearing the body. I know it's not supposed to, like, you're not supposed to be able to take it unless the previous Shadow Lord is dead. But what if it's the body of the original cleric
No, I
It's
think that's
still
what
the
it was
Lord.
indicated, is that it's
Yeah.
the body of the
it's
previous...
the connection has to be to that. But we're not talking about multiple Shadow Lords. We're talking about one Shadow Lord,
Yeah.
and the only way Landrin could get his hands on the title is to take over the body of the cleric.
So the cleric is still the Lord.
So technically,
He's just driving him.
we could if we could get Landrin out of the body of the cleric.
Are you saying possession?
In a way.
thinking in a way possession.
If he killed his previous body to possess the body, technically the body has not given up the title of Shadow Lord.
Because he's in, like, we know he's in the body of the previous Shadow Lord.
So,
And we can see, like, people using the Blackmorian tech and being familiar with the Blackmorian stuff really recently.
And the staff just said that we can't, like, the button goes ba-bow, and it's connected to the staff in some way, is
That
what
would
our
make
characters know.
That would,
So, did he need the body
but also,
to then use the stuff in the tower?
But
So, the last session when we were talking about the title passing,
Mm.
it was the spirit, not the body, that the title stayed with.
Okay.
So
Okay, so we did figure that part
I
out.
for
think we got
Landrin.
the reverse going on here when you're saying it's
Yeah,
the
it-
body
it
is
would
staying
be.
with.
I
Yeah.
don't remember it specifically saying, like, we were talking about Landrin having something that's stopping him from, even if he's dead. Maybe the body is dead, but he had to take over the body to take... It was that the previous Shadow Lord had to die, you had to sit on the throne and pronounce yourself the Shadow Lord. But if there has been no transference of power, maybe that's a rumour or something false. Remember, not everything we hear is true. The fact that he's in the skin or the body of the previous Shadow Lord, and if there has been only one Shadow Lord, because all of these
Yeah.
That
people
part's
are
an
very
assumption.
familiar with the Blackmorian tech.
Yeah.
They're not put off by it. They use it comfortably, and it doesn't feel like, particularly as we're saying, red pennants and
Yeah.
everything going around, it doesn't feel like people who have necessarily been
Yeah.
trained in this. Like,
Yeah,
trying
as I said, it comes across like the original Lord is still the original Lord.
that's it's just a
So,
thought I had. I might be proven completely false, but
Yeah.
it's just,
That's what.
why else would he take the body of the previous Shadow Lord?
Because his
But he's
previous body was destroyed would be the only other reason I could
He's
think
also
of.
dragon.
disfigured.
They're very
because
proud.
He wears a magical mask and his face is disfigured as
Well,
well.
maybe the
That
magical
may not
mask
be
is
true.
what holds his spirit, and that's how.
Yeah.
And maybe he was disfigured because the dragon disfigured the previous
Okay.
Shadow Lord's face.
Here it is. An unusual accent. Wearing the body of the former Shadow Lord, the Shadow Lord title is one of spirit. As long as the spirit is alive, the body doesn't have to be. Been slain once by a gold dragon, gold dragons police lesser dragons. He has died once and his body has died twice. He came under the gold dragon's jurisdiction. The
Right.
jade mask's significance is obscured, but it is magical. So I'd say it is probable that, as you said, the spirit might be tied to the mask. But
So he could still claim title Shadow Lord in spirit, sitting on
Yeah.
the throne with the previous Shadow Lord's body.
Even
Yeah.
with legend lore, it can be false. It depends
Yeah.
what's written. Like, just because it says in legend lore.
We'll keep in mind, like,
The
claiming himself
legend
as Shadow
lore
Lord.
has no knowledge of this guy from 6 years
6
ago.
years ago.
Yeah. And keep in mind, like, Shadow Lord taking over, the staff just fall under the reign of the new Shadow Lord. So
I'm
that doesn't
not-
have anything to do with
Yeah.
Yeah, but
the
I'm not.
staff.
I'm
We'll
not
probably have to go
saying
through
that this
that.
is a certainty. I just thought
Yeah.
it was worth
Discussing.
thinking about,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
even like for a dragon to take on the body of something else, like, you think about our dragons.
Yeah.
Previously we assumed that if he was a dragon, slain by a gold dragon, and then was resurrected, he could have been resurrected into a different body.
Can you resurrect a dragon? It's humanoid.
It
Yeah.
is
I know.
hard to resurrect a dragon. You can't use the resurrection spell.
You can piss them off by reincarnating them.
Oh, you can't, even, you can't even
reincarnate.
use the reincarnation spell on them. You have to use something
Specifically
more powerful.
humanoids.
Oh,
Both of those spells are specific humanoid.
Which means they don't even work on giants, as
'Cause they're
Friday
considered
found
young.
out.
Yes.
oops.
They killed an ogre
Oops.
that had the information they needed to continue.
And
Very
Morrigan
oops.
is swearing under her breath the entire way through the elemental temple of elemental.
Well, they come back to the story like you have, except all
Yeah.
the people who could have given them information have been wiped out in the time they've been away.
Oh no.
Because they're up against the Master's forces.
Yeah. Oh no.
And they didn't go back to the war.
Oh no.
Anyway, Caltrix has scoffed at me awfully fast and is now waiting for the Shadow Lord.
So, once everyone's finished, the... sorry, I had the name of what the guy was.
Lantern?
A sleevey?
Slevy.
Levy, I believe it was.
Sleevey?
Slevy
Slevy?
is what we've been calling him.
The steward Levy.
Levy?
Levy.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Comes in and says, the Shadow Lord will see you now.
Here.
He takes you back into the circular room and takes you up the stairs as I jump to the other end of the book to look at the map.
While you're doing that,
We're looking for ways to get the Shadow Lord out of the position. If it's a spiritual possession thing, then that gives us an option.
And once you get to the next level up the stairs, the floor seems to make the stairs disappear. As it just seems to...
Right.
the floor just
Just
Goes
merges.
away.
magic stairs.
Yes.
And then he leads you over the bit you just walked. And down another passageway past another guard. This one with two of the metal ones.
Why does he get
Why does he get two?
Oh,
So we went upstairs. The stairs sunk into the floor.
no, the stairwell down just
Lifted
merged
up.
into the floor.
Okay.
Is he not as skilled as the other ones? Is that why he needs
I don't want to go there.
He just laughs and says, he seems to want to back up.
I was going to say, why would
He
you
likes
do
to
that
pew
then?
pew.
I don't understand. What does pew pew mean?
If you find out, then he feels sorry about you.
Well, look, I don't even mind if I don't get to use it, but can I see what it does? Not against me, just demonstration.
I'm sure if you ask the Shadow Lord, he'll happily demonstrate it if you pick one of your associates for it to be demonstrated on.
No. No.
I meant like a tin cup at the end of sitting on like a bench.
Potentially one of those bad coffees.
Yeah.
That
yeah.
would work.
Okay, he takes you into another room past the guard with the two guns.
So these metal rods look like guns.
Well,
the players don't know
to
what
us.
guns are. The characters don't know what guns are.
They're
Well,
bowless
we-
crossbows.
There's been talks of, like, we've been around the Master's army.
The Master's Army aren't anything like these.
No.
Yeah, they don't have anything
No,
like this.
but like,
Master's Army uses firearms. These are not firearms.
Yeah.
yeah, I'm just saying, like, when when we're talking guns, I'm not thinking guns in the way that we like Star Trek guns, not because like
The Master-
firearms are with the Master.
The Masters are more like flintlocks, whereas these are lasers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad to have the clarification because visually I did not know what to visualize.
Very sleek, smooth, not a lot of knobs and ridges. Laser
So-
guns, whereas
So a little bit like a dwarven warlock's rod with a side handle on it.
Well,
Because
they don't seem to have handles.
Well, okay, so they're using it like a rod,
Yes.
sort of
think
like a dwarven warlock's rod.
I was gonna say, think like cattle prod that can
Right.
fire lasers.
Yeah, a dwarven warlock's rod because they make them out of metal and they're usually stylized that way. Or an elven one, depending on how they've styled it. Metal either way around.
Okay, as you enter this room, you see another fireplace like in the grand hall that you were in before.
Another silver box making crappy coffee and no Dory's beer.
And above it you see a effigy of a wyvern that is basically the wings being the sides of the mantle, with the top of the head and the body being the mantle itself.
Okay.
And hanging above it is a red wyvern with an appendicle design.
So there's no, aside from the doors, which were covered anyway,
Yeah.
there's no sign of Idris.
And hanging next to the fireplace is a large leash of black varnished leather inset with small diamonds and golden studs.
Okay. It goes on someone's dog. Or something.
You see a decanter with amber liquid and 3 glasses on a low table next to the fireplace. 3 large chairs form a semicircle around the fireplace. And a large silver dish sits against one of the other walls with what appears to be meat that you would expect to see in a tavern.
But no beer.
Yeah, but still
There's whiskey.
not what came out of the kitchen.
No, there's whiskey. It's all the whiskey.
Yeah.
And as you're there, you see stairs seem to come out of the wall leading up.
Yeah.
And then the roof retracts, and you start seeing large claws coming down the stairwell.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Uh-huh.
And by the time it's about halfway down, you see the feathers and beak come out through the door, and realize that it is a owlbear coming down the stairs.
Is Levy still with us?
Yes, she is.
Kind of just like looking at him, that like everything's cool. Like, why is there an owlbear coming down?
How big is that collar?
There's an
I'm
owlbear in
is
there,
that collar
open
big enough to
wide.
be-
There's an owlbear inside.
I'm trying to talk, please. Is that collar big enough to go on the elbow?
It is.
So,
The
yes.
collar could also be big enough
I'm
to go on a
presuming we're
wyvern.
not about to be eaten, just threatened. Or possibly just greeted.
He shrugs. If it attacks, the Shadow Lord was unhappy with us.
What's the pet's name?
He's only ever heard it referred to as sit or kill.
Right, so his name is actually Tiddles.
It's not a very good name.
Like Tiddles.
So there's no sit. There's no. It's not sit, kill, or stay. It's just sit or kill.
Just make sure I've got things clarified from earlier. I do appear as a Dragon Ball with wings.
Mm.
So just want it noted, I have wings and that roof is retracted, right?
Yep.
I have an escape route, I'm fine.
Well, that's
Okay.
if the roof doesn't
So
Yeah.
as the owlbear comes down the
Between
stairs
silhouette.
and sort of looks at all of you, he just sort of shimmers and disappears. And you can hear him moving about, or her.
Or it.
Wait, is this a common thing that owlbears can disappear like that?
No. As a druid who has owlbear forms? No.
Right.
Can Calcrix still?
Calcrish can see the owlbear.
I will noticeably follow it and say, "Greetings,
Hello,
my
pussy."
name is Caprix, the White Dragon."
What's your name?
Are you the Shadow Lord or his representative?
It sort of looks at you and clicks and
I've
makes
got
noises.
my animal
Speak to
ring.
the animal.
It's not an animal.
Oh yeah, it's technically not an animal.
It's not a beast.
No.
It's a monstrous creature.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I have monster stuff. What is the monster
Would you like a
stuff?
coffee?
And no, it's not the stuff that Martin's drinking right now. Oh, I think it's like a charm both person and monsters. Like,
Yeah, I think
Creatures.
you've got charm or holding spells for both of them.
Mm.
So, speak with animal won't work.
Yep.
Nope.
No.
Comprehend languages, I presume, doesn't
No.
work.
No.
Because it doesn't have a language of its own.
It's not intelligent. Like, yeah, it doesn't have a language of its own, and it's not intelligent enough for it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really?
No.
Mhm.
They're animals.
Don't the intelligence of a dog.
Well,
Well, you can talk to a dog,
Yeah.
but it's a
I
monstrous
don't
creature.
know
It's not a
that this
beast.
is not a druid or something, so I presume when it starts responding and clicking and things like that, I'm going to go, well, maybe this isn't the druid or the Shadow Lord, so I'm going to speak in a language owlbear speaks and offer it some food.
What language does the owlbear speak?
Food.
Food.
Okay.
It's like talking to Chocobo.
And
Well, you do see that there are big bits of meat that are being cooked on a silver platter nearby.
yeah, so I will see if I can
Yeah.
get some of
Is it
the
hot
meat
dog?
from the platter.
It's in your new room.
Yeah. in
May I
level-
introduce
in
you
level
to
up-
a hot dog?
Yeah, in level up terms, they're a monstrosity, not a beast.
Yes.
Yes.
Fifth
I
edition, they're
will
a magical
offer
beast,
it some of that meat.
I think.
10 plus 8, 6, so that's
But intelligence 3,
24.
24.
It's about the same as a dog, isn't it? Really?
it is,
No,
but
11
it can't have
25.
a language, basically.
No,
so
27.
that's the point.
I have a lot of experience
So, with your investigation thing while you're in this room, 3 things leap out, unlike everywhere else you've been so far.
Hmm.
The fireplace, the decanter, and the tray of meat.
I am absolutely suspicious that fireplace could turn into an actual wyvern. So I'm wary of that.
So they don't read tech, they read... do they stand out the way the Pennant does?
The way
The way the
more
hangings
so.
do. So they're very much out of place.
Oh, very much interesting.
Yeah.
That they each read of something interesting. And Calcrix notices a shadowy form coming down the stairs while everyone's distracted.
I will turn my attention to the shadowy form and hope that the rest of the people will help it
Well,
the
given the
owlbear
father,
size
given
to
the father
attack
has been
me.
following you around, he's probably going to turn at the same time as you do.
Hmm.
Well, no one else can see the owlbear. It's invisible.
Oh,
No, when he
right.
knows when
Any
she's...
sort of movement, my eyes laser to it.
So,
Yes, you turn and look at Calcrix.
at
Mm.
the
I
sight
can't
of
see
the
the shadow
shadowy
form.
figure,
I said Calcrix can see the shadowy form.
so I will
Hmm.
point where the owlbear is and say, please be wary of the owlbear just there right now. And then I'll turn towards a shadowy figure coming down the stairs and go, are you the Shadow Lord? Finally come to say hello. Greetings, my name's Calcrix.
Okay.
You have a cute pet, can I pet it?
You do hear, everyone does hear the laughter from a echoey helm.
Mhm.
As she says, I am Landrin Teriak, the Shadow Lord and ruler of Gareth Minor.
Greetings, Landon.
And we're now at 10:30, and that's a good point to finish for the night.
Oh,
It
but
is.
Calcrix wants to know if she can pet the owlbear yet.
You'll have to find out
Next
session.
week.
Just make a note about thinking.
Wait.
Now,
Make
talking
a, make a
about
note to remind yourself.
next session,
up.
that is the public holiday. We on for the public holiday? Okay.
Martin does not acknowledge public holidays because he hasn't had one since
Right,
2018.
Or technically, I've had a public holiday that's been ongoing since 2018.
Okay.
Well,
All
it's
good.
private holiday at that point.
Well then, I should.
Hmm.
I don't have any plans to be out of town, so I'm Good.
No, I don't have any plans to be out of town either.
Okay, so did anyone want to add anything else
I was
before I
going to
put
say,
it
in
on
fact,
end
it being a
credits?
public holiday, it's highly likely that Martin probably would like to do board games that day if everyone's available.
Yes.
Well, I don't mind. But, yeah.
I might have to bring some over then.
Let's
Happy to come
end
over.
session and we'll negotiate.
Mm.